everyone! Welcome to the Strem de la Strem. I'm MadameWario, your host for the afternoon, and thank you for joining me for what is the first installment in Paper Mario Week. I'm going to be playing Paper Mario all week long on my streams. It's going to be my regular schedule, but every single time it's going to be Paper Mario because it's the best. So let's go, Shliam, with the cringe hype. Thank you so much for starting us off with that sub-hype.
Made of paper? PSH. It'll never sell.
PSH? You don't know how to say psh? Come on now. Come on, Siri. We know better than that. PSH. Thank you so much, Shliam. Can we get all the bas for Shliam? My emotes are loading. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, this is... I was thinking about this, actually. This game came out... It was one of the last... I think it was one of the last games on the N64. And if it came out... What is it? 20 years old now? Is it actually 20 years old? That is insane to me. It's 21 years old. Thank you. So, if it's, you know, over 20 years old, and I've played this game every year since its release, give or take, because I played it more than once on some years, and there were other times where I played it maybe like once every 18 months. I've probably played this game 20 times, or this will be my 20th playthrough of this. So I'm kind of like shook by that revelation of like, wait, what? How have I played through this that many times? How has it been out for that long? How is my, you know, how did this happen? It's crazy. So I'm very excited to play this on the Switch. And I kind of realized something. As a streamer, it's really nice. I said nice, and there it is. You're nice today, Psycho. Thank you so much.
We've played Paper Mario roughly the same number of times.
Oh, let's go!
Madam 5 Pog.
No! Sorry, I said nice. You had to be nice. It's just, you know, it's too bad, Psycho. You're not allowed to be naughty, ever. Also, thank you for setting off that hype train! Oh my gosh, Barely Local, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the Ba family, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'll give you all the Bas. But yeah, so it's just weird to think it's been around that long. I've played it that many times, and I'm very excited to play it again. I'm gonna hold this thought. I'm gonna continue it.
As you can see, when we are about to get paper thin for this week's streams, a spider starts, and a tarantula is planted on Marv's face.
Oh my god.
Even the tarantula is made of paper.
Wow! Even the tarantula is made of paper. Thank you so much for the bits, Scott man. Wow. I can't even... What was I talking? I was talking about games on Switch. As a streamer, all I was going to say is that it's really nice when games get released on Switch because then everything I want to play is just on the same system and I don't have to worry about plugging this and that in. I just recently, last week, went through all my game stuff, all my accessories, and you know how you like accumulate all this equipment and crap over the years if you stream or make videos or any of that. Even if it's not game related, you can like take pictures. You can be like a photographer or something, and you'll have all these cords and cables, and you're like, what is this for? Why? Why do I have 7 of these? Well, I did that, and so I was thinking when I was doing that, like, God, I'm so glad that so many games are on one system, okay? And it's like, it's a very spoiled mindset of like, well, I want everything to be on the same system, but like, it's just, there's so many cords, and there's so many cables, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, thank you for wireless controllers and having everything on one system. That's just what I need. Before I get too far behind in the chat too, I'm gonna say hi to everybody. So Psycho Nacho Man, welcome. Phantom Tempest, Stardev94, Armand 2017, Cassie H2, AJ Cool Kid 64, AJ Cool Kid 4. I feel like it's been a while. Welcome back. Let's see. I got Armand 2017. Rainbow Road 1996. Hey girl, hey. Mario Gamerable in the house. Scottman895, Big Shliam. entered with that sub. There we go. Oh, I got you, Psycho. You were literally the first one. And I'm like, oh. Nairman, welcome. Toxicity. And Barely Local, welcome. Thank you again for the sub. V-Buoy. And that is my name. I do not need to say hi to myself. Okay. And Big Pixie, Big Pixel Plume. It was truly Legend of the Seven Cables, Mario Gamer Bowl. It really was. And I was like, you know, testing things to make sure that everything was like I had the right cable for the right thing, or that I could interchange with a single cable instead of having 7 of the same one. It was just a journey. It really was. So, yeah, I'll just greet myself. I'm so cool that I greet myself at the beginning of my streams. Julie, I set up this bed for you back here, and you're not even back here. What the heck? Fine. Well, guys, I got a new friend. Look at how perfect this is. I couldn't resist. Look at my polar bear I got for Christmas. Look at his tiny head. He's huge. He reminds me of, like, Toontown when they have, like, teeny tiny heads. I love it. I love it so much. And he's so squishy. Like, the company has named him Pip, but I have named him Marshmallow because he feels like a squishy marshmallow, and he's fabulous. He's got a scarf. He's got fashion going on. It's beautiful. If you guys have ever played Toontown, you know that you can have a shrunken head, which is, like, so funny looking. And I love it. This is from a company called the Tiny Headed Kingdom. And their main teddy bear is Pip, and he has a small head. So, it's fabulous. I was looking him up and reading about him, and it's like, tiny head, big hearts. And I'm like, well, that's me, because I embarrass myself all the time because of my head, but my heart is big, so there we go. That works out. So, Pip's gonna be watching from back there. And you guys can enjoy that. So, never got to play Toontown? You still can. It's free on toontownrewritten.com. But yeah. And I know, ironically, it has the same name as my sister's cat. So, the Blue Angel, welcome on in. Pip, as in MT's Pippin? Now, this is Polar Pip, my marshmallow polar bear. So, what? Yes, Toontown Rewritten is the remake of Toontown when Disney was like, we're not doing this anymore. So, guys, thank you so much for the hype train. I really, really appreciate it. I guess I should just point out, I got all my Christmas stuff out yesterday, finally. It took me until December 12th, but I finally got my tree up, and I finally got all my plushies and decor out, so you'll see this shelf behind me is different now. I change it out at Christmas time. So usually there's a bunch of Pokemon back there, and a bunch of, like, Nintendo characters. There's usually, like, Pokemon, Chef Kawasaki, and then there's a Cheep Cheep on the top. Now it's all... We've got Sam from Rudolph. We've got mine and Odie's elves that his aunt made us for Christmas one year. She, like, cricketed our names on them. And then that's Chum in a plaid outfit from a CVS ad that I was, like... that I laughed hysterically at because it was advertised as Chum in a plaid outfit, $3.99, when I was, like, 9 years old. And then that's my New Year's mouse. And then I also have plushies all along my couch, so... Sorry, now I'm, like, way high. But yeah, I have my gingerbread family, Jack, Santa Jack, Skellington. We have Frosty the Snowman. I won in a claw machine while seeing Bohemian Rhapsody. We have my... Well, hi, Kit! What ya do? We have Nutcracker Pikachu, Snow Pikachu, Rudolph, who's about as old as I am, and Hedwig, who was already back there. But yay. Yay. And then we have Pip. So... that's everybody bad. Now you know the crew. You know the whole fam. It was really necessary to introduce you to all of my plushies, just so you guys know. Okay, anyway. Hey, I tried to, speaking of Toontown, this is unrelated, but I tried to download the update, and it was like, this has a virus, and I was like, what? Does it really have a virus? I'm confused. I don't really know. I was confused. But, Yeah, so I do not have the I think the official Elf on the Shelf is really creepy. I wouldn't have liked this concept as a kid, so I have my own elves that are just representative of me and Odie instead. Toontown is just Toontown's the only MMO I will play, and it's the only MMO I ever have played. So it's like, you know, it's so contagious though, and it really is. Even maybe that's why it's like, this is a virus. It's just so viral. Okay, anyway. Oh, Kit. You guys can't see Kit, but she's right there licking butts? Why you lick butts as soon as I change the camera? Oh, stink! That butt stinks! How could your butt stink? Oh, she made the stink face. It's official. Her butt stinks. Sorry. Sorry to burst any bubbles there. Well, anyway, this week is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. It's going to be all Paper Mario, like I said. And I'm just going to play it for like 3 hours and see how far I get. I'm not really doing like one chapter at a time unless it works out that way, then I will. If we get to like a good stopping point and I'm a little bit ahead or behind like stream time that I usually do, then I'll just deal with that as it comes. But, I will have a backseater at the end of the week. I will have Odie backseating, and I will say that this weekend streams are tentative because I have a lot of stuff coming up with the holidays with family. Most of my family lives out of town, and everybody's coming in town, so if things are shifted around or if I cancel a stream or anything like that, that's why. I mean, there's not really any more to it than that. And then also, just a little heads up here, this is for in the future, but for the month of January, or at the end of January rather, I'm planning to finally visit my in-laws for the first time in like 2 years. It will have been 2 years at that point. And so I'm planning to see Odie's family, and I will be streaming from there. So just so you guys know, and last time, this is absolutely no obligation, no like expectation or anything, but that is what my new donation goal, I just made it I was like Adventure Fund, aka Canada. I don't know. That's just what it is right now. Okay. So it's just really random. I know that's just to help me live life more than anything. I'll just be completely honest with you. So, anyway, but I just wanted to put that out there because I haven't updated anything on my channel yet. I'm just kind of waiting until I update everything for Christmas. Christmas does fall on a weekend, therefore there won't be any streams that weekend, or the Monday after. And I will be doing some co-op stuff with Odie. And it feels like it was last year. It was this year, at the beginning of this year, Bowser's Fury released. And we had a donation goal, and I got it, and I was unable to play it because I injured my thumb, and that might be something fun to do co-op with Odie while he's here, or even when I'm going to see him. So we'll just see. We'll see what happens. That was kind of an idea I had, but yeah, that's the tentative plan. So that's my little update going into this week, because this is really going to be, like, probably the last solid week, and even then, it might get tripped up. So I just want you guys to know what's going on my end. But anyway, and yeah, I'll be getting all badges and star pieces. No, I will not. I will not. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over, which would require me to actually turn on my TV and my Switch. Okay, so I know I've avoided literally everything to do with Bowser's Fury because I didn't want it to get spoiled for me, and then, oh, this is not the game we're playing. That's lovely, though. I wanted it to be, I didn't want it to be spoiled for me. Oh no! Why is the Switch not showing up? Hold on, I gotta reset it. This hasn't happened in a while. I'm surprised it did this. This literally hasn't happened in forever. Hold on. Nobody move. Don't anybody move! Yeah, we're at chapter. I wish. I really wish. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're... You guys can hear it. I mean, well, it's too soon to ask that. Let me know if you can't hear it. Otherwise, you guys are probably good. Mario is frozen! Alright, so we have a new game, baby! Let's go! Oh, you know what? I need to put my hot thumb brakes on. So anyway, what was I talking about? Bowser's Fury, not being spoiled. There are just so many games that I want to play all at once, and I've been doing my best to save them for stream. Like, I've been really good about Pokemon, like, just saving it to play on stream and all that. Is there a way to, like, change the background? Or does it just have to be this black side view? You know what I'm saying? Also, I do have the funds saved from a donation fund way back when to get an actual N64 controller for the Switch. However, they're sold out until next year, so that's just gonna happen later. Stuck with this frame. You know how on the GameCube, it was like you could change all, or not the GameCube, but the Game Boy player, you could change all the backgrounds and stuff? I loved that. Why don't they implement that in other places? We're gonna watch the intro because I just love everything about this game, and you can't take the Well, did you bring me a toy? Awesome! Good job, Jilly! Anyway, I just love this intro. It's dark, but it's fabulous. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Jilly, you want me to throw this ball? She brought me this ball, but then she walked away. Not really sure what she wants me to do with this. I'm just gonna put it back down on the floor. I would read this, but I read slower than this scrolls by, so much for that. Oh my gosh, so good. I did doctor up some Christmas tea before I went live. So I have breakfast tea with honey and clove butter, which is about as amazing as it sounds. Oh, she's eating. She's hungry. So good. Oh, I love it. Oh, look at how Mario Game Roll, that emote going across the screen was pretty funny. We love it. So, how many of you were around back in the Ustream days? Because I know a couple of you were. Back in the Ustream days when I did my 24-hour Paper Mario Play-a-thon for charity. Where I was literally delirious at the end. And my sister ended up mummified on my floor. My mom had to rub my back in order for me to finish the game. Because I was dying. And I had those little pom-pom critters I sold in my Etsy store at the time. Oh, there goes Jilly! That's so nice! Laying with Pip and licking butts. Awesome. But I still have mine. I still have my big lantern ghost. Which one other person got the big lantern ghost, and I don't know who it was, but I share it with whoever got it. And that was just so much. The whole event was so much fun. So shout out to anybody who was there for that. I know, yeah, Mario Gamerable, you were. Scottman, you were. Well, Big Chug of Conroy, how's it going? You were in it. You commentated. What a throwback. Oh my god, it was so much fun. Barely Local, you have a Woobat you got from my Etsy. That's awesome. I loved making those Woobats back in the day. I still have some of the noses. Like, I intended to make more. I think I ran out of the yarn at the time, and then I just never made more, and I still have some of the noses from it. Yo, Yoshi95, welcome. But yeah, I think that, was it the Paper Mario Marathon where, like, Slim's leg was a meme? Was it that marathon? And he was like, if we reach the end, I'll take a picture of my leg. And he did, and I have it saved to, like, my old hard drive somewhere. I don't know. I don't even remember how that came to be. Wait, what? Okay. Yay! Oh, this is so weird to see. Look! They're all new? This is so weird to see them all new. Why do I remember that? Why does Eddie, like, I feel like that's one of those things, like, Slim's never been able to not remember. He's never been able to forget. It's permanently, like, part of his life. It's part of his legacy now. So. Oh. What'd you say? You weren't born yet. You're only 3. Oh, okay. She's like, I'm gonna go upside down. Okay, do I have room for this? I try to do a different name every time. I don't think I've ever done Big Bobo. Can I do, like, Bobo with, like, hearts instead of, O's? Oh, I can't. Oh, yes! Let's go! All caps. Just like Pokemon, it's the way to go. Okay. First play! I have one moment that's my absolute favorite moment from the beginning of this game. Like, favorite beginning moment. So. Every save file is fresh and new. Big Odie! How's it going? The last time I played this was with, Odin. We played it, like, I would do a chapter, he would do a chapter. And that was part of Game and Crochet. And I feel like almost everything that I made during that is gone. I may have, like, one plush still available in my Etsy store, and that's it. I may have only had the one. Hey, Mario, got a letter. Ooh. I like how even their cups are red and green Christmas. That's not really why, but, you know. We'll just pretend. We'll pretend because it's Christmas time that it's for Christmas. What a fun time Game and Crotch was. I know. It was so much fun, and we're planning on starting it up again, and probably while he's here would be the perfect time. Yeah, this is definitely my first playthrough, going in blind. I've never played this before, obviously. I wish Paper Mario was still like this. Like, and I know I'm speaking out of ignorance because no, I haven't played Origami King, but I guarantee it's not like this. Like, I guarantee it's a different game. They all feel different. I'm sorry, this is the best one. No one can change my mind. But I have never noticed those cups. So I'm trying to make, I'm trying to... Well, first of all, I'm trying to not lose my train of thought, and I already did, so that's too late. Look at all these toads. What? No, not you, Kit. We're never gonna get this ever again? What? What are you talking about, Pixie? Let's go, Yo-Yo! Thank you so much for the sub!
I think the beginning of a playthrough is cause for some sub hype. 45
Aww.
months strong. I love the Christmas alerts for subs. The song is a banger.
Thank you so much! I'm giving you all the buzz. Kit keeps talking too. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I wish Paper Mario was still good. Fix that statement. Yeah, okay. I can live with that. It's true. Oh, you mean this, Pixie? Like, we're never gonna get this kind of game ever again. Like, this feel. I'm sorry. It just feels different. I don't know. You agree? Okay. Well, thanks for agreeing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Yo-Yo. And now... There we go. Okay, what am I doing? I'm not pressing A. I love when you can talk to everybody. Okay, looking... Oh, I almost said you're looking swell, and that's not even what he says. I can read. Salutations, you know, Frosty. I don't remember any of the voices I made for these people. He's come all the way from the Shiver region. How ironic. Christmas time, first person we talked to from the Shiver region. Even though there was like a tornado warning like 3 days ago. Really hot. Cool December. Really appreciate the hot weather. Yeah, lore percent. We are not doing lore percent again. That was so long. I mean, yes, we had to do it once, but I was like, I got to the point where I was like, I don't care. I don't care about any of these people. Oh. It was really, like, specific to worlds, though. Like, I didn't care about anybody in World 6. I didn't care about anybody in World 5. World 7, I kind of cared about people, except the people that hated us, which was, like, everybody in World... Did I say 7? I did not say 7. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 7. I just can't. Okay, I am gonna use, Goombario to describe the Koopas that are in the sewer, though, because that's my favorite description. That's, like, my #1 favorite description in this game. Okay. Yeah, no, Chapter 7 is definitely... Wait, what? Oh. Definitely my, like, I was talking about this. It's the most well-written chapter in the game. It's absolutely perfect. And I go back and forth between... well, I don't even choose between them anymore. I'm just like, I love 3 and 7. I can't. They're just... You know, 3 is my vibe. 7 is the best ever. Oh, I forgot that this is, like, another room. I was, like, hesitating going in here because I was thinking I was a level higher than we actually were. Look at how fun these little tea sets are! Talk to me. You're always on the cutting edge of fashion. I feel like that was a sarcastic statement. Okay, today we have guests from Dry Outpost, Shiva Region, Koopa Village. This is the first guy I've seen from the Dry Outpost. Just think, like, it's one of those things I just, you know, trying to remember back to the first time I ever played this. I love this, like, little introduction to everybody who you're going to see along the way in your adventure. Is just, like... It's odd to me now to think there was a time when I didn't know what any of this meant. Like, I didn't, and now it's, like, so embedded into my brain. It's like, oh... I love it all so much. Anyway. What? Okay. Yeah, well written, good atmosphere, most of the best music, the puzzles are great, the Crystal King is just a neat build. I agree, yeah. Like, it's definitely the most written chapter, because I think it's like, you know, I'm probably not entirely right in saying this, because I haven't played every single Mario game ever made, but I will say that you never... At least, this was my first experience anyway, playing a game where Mario at any point is just absolutely despised as the villain. And that was just, like, really cool, and just the whole way that kind of unfolds and grows into something bigger than what it is, and he just... Like, I always talk about how that chapter just feels so lonely, like, you are all alone, and everybody hates you. It's, like, very, and, you know, it's under false pretense, but it's just, like, it's so well done. Can I go in these rooms yet? I can't remember. No. But yeah. 6's boss destroyed my life as a kid. I hate him. I still hate him. He's the worst. And he was the boss I cried probably the most on in my life. I was like, I can't do it! I finally did it. And now it's like, obviously I know how to do it, but at the time, figuring it out was no picnic. So, whew, I hate it. I hate it. I did it over and over and over again, and we were on the last day of our rental. We had rented the game, and my mom's like, we have to turn it in at 10 o'clock, and it's 9:30, and I was like, I can't! I have to beat this! And then she was able to call and renew it over the phone, because I was like, Mom, I just beat it! You can't do this to me! So funny. But yeah. Yes! Paper Mario 1 is extremely replayable. I agree. Yeah, and you can just skip sections of the game if you just want the bare bones. You can do everything in the game if you want, like, lore percent. It's just great, for sure. I love it. You remember the one time you prepared to fight Huff and Puff and buying a bunch of Thunder Rages, and I discovered he was immune to lightning-based attacks? That's what I'm talking about. It's so annoying. There's always that one battle you go into the wrong way, but you go into the wrong way with so much confidence. And then you're just heartbroken at the end of it. Like, no, that's not how this was supposed to go. Oh. Oh, yeah. I don't... Oh, it's rare to have Mario NPC not immediately be in love with you. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Chapter 7 is like everybody hates you. And I get it. They're all obsessed with the hot goss. But... just that atmosphere, and you're kind of like an outcast that's kind of tossed out of town, essentially. And then it's just so lonely and bare. I could go on all day. I love it. It's perfect. When I run screaming, I just, you know, shoot my arm like that up in the air. Every now and then. For dramatic effect. I feel like if something was moving under my feet, my first instinct would not be to run back and forth. It would be to, like, you know... grip something, like, find something to hold on to. Oh my, look! That's not the voice. God, can I even do this right now? I don't even know. Every girl in Thousand Year Door is in love with Mario. Unacceptable. Okay, hold on. I gotta turn this on. Ludic Lude, welcome to the stream. Oh my, look Mario, it's still daytime, isn't it? But I can see stars outside. I don't know if I ever really explained what this voice was. Probably not. Probably because it's like the dumbest explanation ever. Okay. Okay, I'm not doing it right now. Whatever did you do? No. Okay, this castle's under... You know, Bowser emphasizes laughing a lot in ways that don't make a ton of sense all the time. Like, he writes down, like, ha 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 in notes. And not like LOL or like... Not in a way that makes sense. It's just like... I hate you, ha ha ha, and it's like, I don't understand. No one writes like this, Bowser. This is not something people would... People would just be confused. But yeah. This is tempting me to get the N64 expansion for the Switch since you lost your Wii and no longer have access to this game? Oh my gosh, Snowy! Snowy Satoru, also welcome, but yes. I'm telling you, if you can find a group of people to go in on in the family plan, it's really not bad. Like, the price... I mean, I'm in an 8-way split with the family plan right now, and it's $10 a year. So that's less than $1 a month, you know? That's pretty dang good. And I get that not everybody has 8 people to, you know, tag team with. Oh, why am I doing this? I'm, like, trying to already time it. I know this is a battle I can't... Like, my brain's just like, okay, go! And it's like, no. We don't have the lucky stomp yet. But, yeah. Right, like, if you... exactly, it's like 80 cents a month if you are in a group of 8 people. So you need, like, 7 other people. But even if you find, like... Even, like, 3 other people, it's still gonna be, like, worth it, because it's just one payment, like, once a year. So, it's not too bad. Yeah, it can be with anybody, too, which is really nice. So if you are seriously considering it, I would definitely, ask around your friends or even family members that might also have a Switch, because, like, you know... Nobody in my family plan is part of my actual family. So it's perfect. Yeah, Pixie's in my family. We're in a family plan with people overseas! Wait, who's in our family? I don't even know who all's in our family. I guess Odie will be my family, but like... And he is my family. But you know what like, none of my, like, relatives, like, pre-marriage is what I'm saying. And no, I'm not married yet, I wish. I'm working on it. Okay, my favorite moment's coming up. from this introduction. Sorry, I've been talking in... I know I haven't been reading this. I've just been like... This is my favorite. The minions come in. This is my favorite moment in the intro. I love it. It's so beautiful. Like, that is the perfect introduction. Okay, I'm saving a video of that. I just love the look of the stars and the pastel, like, the color scheme is, like, 100% my vibe. The music right there is its own thing. It never happens again in the game. I'm obsessed with it. I don't know if you guys have ever looked up the, there's a YouTube video that's, like, the entire Paper Mario OST, and it plays, like, every song in the game. And one of them is definitely a Giva Sunner, not really the song that's in the game. And it's when your partner joins. Hey, it's the Star Spirits! Yay! These are my favorite. I'm wearing 2 in my hair today. I have Skolar and Mamar in my hair today. No, they used a Giva Sunner song for when you're, like, a party member joins you. And it's that really annoying song from West Side Story that's like, ba, 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 America, I want to live in America. I hate West Side Story. Please don't get me started. But, like, I'm like, how do you not know that this is a different song? Like, this is not, what? That is not the real song in Japan. They used a song from West Side Story? Why? 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 But why? Oh my god, I hate West Side Story. Why would they add it to Paper Mario? When I was teaching ballet, I had this CD that had all songs from musicals that were made into, like, ballet songs, and all my students knew. I was like, I don't want to use it. They all knew when it got to the West Side Story songs that I'd be like, I can't listen to this. We're not doing this today. They'd be like, oh boy, it's West Side Story. Like, I can't believe that's real. That makes me so upset. Oh, I really thought that wasn't real. I can't believe it. I cannot believe that. I can't believe that. What? You can't believe it either, Kit? Okay, sorry, I'm not reading any of this dialogue. Everybody, just calm down, as long as we keep it together. I love the way that this is done, too, with the text. Being kind of, like, not quite all there. Everything in this game is so well done. But, oh, welcome back, Scottman. A flaw in this game has been discovered, but only in Japan. Only in Japan. West Side Story is a musical, Armand. That's the name of a musical. Cassie H, I'm a dancer. I've danced since I was 2 years old. So yes, my first and foremost existence in life is being a dancer. So yes. Okay, wake up. Whoa. I really wish you brought Goombaria along. That'd be kind of cool if you could choose. I mean, I'm just making up things that would be, like, cool options for replaying, but not that there aren't already enough cool options for replaying this game. Oh, I love this, too. Mario, can you hear me, Mario? I'm Eldstar, a star spirit. Shout out to all the Eldstars in chat. I have something very important to tell you. It concerns the princess and all of the Mushroom Kingdom. But sadly, I haven't the strength to talk to you here. Mario, I need to have you come to Shooting Star Summit. I want to live in Shooting Star Summit. Please, Mario, we Star Spirits will be waiting for you at the summit. Yeah, there's a remake in theaters literally right now. Okay, well, Armand, you must not... If you don't know musicals, then I get it, but if you know... Like, West Side Story is a very, very famous musical. Like, it's been around for a long time. And there is literally a remake of it in theaters right now, yes. And they play that song that some of you may know from Japanese Paper Mario, apparently, in the trailer. So, I don't know. There are just some musicals I can't do. That's one of them. Wicked is one of... Maybe it's just all the ones that start with W. I can't do any of those. I can't do West Side Story. I can't do Wicked. Those are the only two I can think that start with W. Right now. Okay, a star with a mustache? You know, this doesn't sound real, Mario. I think you're making stuff up. Anyway. I prefer North Shore. I do too. I prefer North Shore Story, the non-existent musical. Well, actually, that's not true. It is a musical now. Why am I saying this? It is a musical, although I've never seen the musical, and that's tragic, and I need to. But it may go by a different name. I have an extreme weakness for Shrek the Musical. Alright, what you want, Toad? Please feel free to do stuff. I want to live in this house. How cute is this little tree trunk house? Alright, what's up, dude? I'm not a huge Goombario fan. I know, I'm sorry, Odie, but I'm just not a huge Goombario fan, so I literally use him at the beginning and then never again. So, sorry to any Goombario stans. I tried last time, I used him all the time, but he's not my guy. I'm sorry. I was really worried about you because you were lying there in the forest and you didn't open your eyes at all the whole time. Okay, great. What's up? Howdy, Mario. Feeling better? I like how they just all know who he is, too. I think that's so funny. You what? You have to leave right now? Oh, Shooting Star Summit. Something important, no doubt. Well, I believe that the... Oh, you know what? I meant to wear my Paper Mario shirt today and I forgot. I'll wear it later in the week, I'm sure. Because I just got a Paper Mario shirt from the Yeti a couple months ago. Alright, apparently he has to... this sounds like an excuse. I don't think he really has to fix that fence. I think they're like starstruck and they don't want him to leave. I can't tell you how worried I was when you were just lying there asleep for so long. It's called a concussion. He could have brain damage for life, people. Also, look at this. This would be like my hangout if I lived in this village with literally one house. I would come over here all the time. But anyway, yeah, exactly. It doesn't help when you access the Peekaboo badge and it's like, I don't need Goombario ever again, do I? And people, I know this is not the norm, but for me, I love surprises, okay? And so I never want to know, like, when I'm close to beating an enemy. I know that sounds really stupid probably to a lot of you, because you're like, why wouldn't you want to know? But, like, I don't know. There's just something exciting about not knowing when they're gonna go down. So I usually never even turn that badge on. I just like to see what happens. Alright, so, oh, you startled me. So you've awakened at last. Good. Knew you'd pull through. Okay, call me Goomba. I'm the Goomba grandfather, so I'm Goomba. I don't really think that needed explanation. I think we all know what a grandpa is. Is this where if I go right back outside, it's gone? No. Okay, never mind. That's not true, though. Once you title it, HP bar stays on screen for future encounters. No. You're right, Odie. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you don't even... If you have the badge, you don't have to go through the length of tattling, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Woo! What a job! Sorry to have kept you waiting. Oh, whoa. I didn't mean to speed through that. I feel like I just met you. You did just meet him. What? Best of luck. Get out. Bye. What are you doing, Cammy? I think this game is where my confusion... Okay, no, that's not true. It comes from Mario World, because the Magic Koopas wear those fun little gowns, and I thought they were dresses when I was little, and so I thought Kamek and Magic Koopa and Cammy and everybody was the same thing, and I thought they were all ladies. And turns out there's just one lady. I mean, I think the Magic Koopas can be whoever, but like... Cammy? I don't know. People hate on Goombario, but I think he's a good starter part. I mean, I get that he's like a fine starter, but I just prefer so many other partners to him. I just... Look at it! Look at... Goomba... Or not Goomba. Goomba! I just love the sus look on Papa's face. What is his name? Goom Daddy? That's not it. What is it? I don't know the dad's name. I just fixed that gate. Nobody says gate. Or, nobody say gate to me. This guy has my... This guy deals with anger the exact same way that I do. I just want to point this out. And Odie, is this accurate? I'm pretty sure this is accurate, right? I'm taking a screenshot of that. If something makes me mad, it's like, don't talk to me. Don't look at me. I can't deal with anything. So. Goomjui! There she is! She's Goomjua! What's up, Casanova? Okay, well, the time I get the angriest is when I'm hungry, so yes. Bobo when hangry. Don't say gate to me. Alright, now you have to go to Shooting Star Summit and help save her. Ooh, this could be a problem. How are we ever gonna deal with this block? Okay. Maybe we can break this block with Goomba's big hammer. Oh, I'm so immature. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm getting out of here. This kind of looks like the Pac-Man house from the outside. Anybody else grow up with Pac-Man too? But, yes. I love that he's well aware that there was definitely something there before. Also the detail that he falls like a piece of paper. Nintendo, perfection. Yeah, there's that big bop hammer. Thank you, Pixie, for sharing that. Oh, I just tried to shake this tree as if it was Animal Crossing. Oh, my back. Who's that? That you, Mario? I remember a great crashing noise and then the veranda collapsed. And I fell. Did you fall too? Yes, I did. Okay. Now we gotta break these big old yellow blocks with eyes. Is that what those are supposed... I mean, I always thought they just had eyes, you know, just like the hills, but it's kind of weird that they have eyes on all sides. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, that's it. Goompa's singing My Neck, My Back, obviously. Obviously. Alright, the hammer's gotta be close by. It looks like a big old mallet. Alright, I got a coin. I got a coin. I got a coin. I got nothing! What the heck? And I got a hammer, baby! You found the hammer. Mario can do the hammer attack now. You can smash a yellow block with this hammer. Oh, there we go. I want all the blocks upgrade in this game, too. It's just such a cool system of, like, leveling up. There's just so much more to it than, like, wow, you're this level now, so you can do this. Like, I just love the way that things work in this game. Alright. Cool. I guess I haven't saved yet, so might as well. I might as well save, baby. Okay. There's Dolly. Yay! Oh, well now, I believe that Dolly... That's the Dolly that Goombario said she lost. Well, she must have chucked it off the balcony, because how else would it get in this tree? Did I get everything out of the... out of here? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. This song gets stuck in my head sometimes. Like, without even playing this game. Like, I will just randomly get this song stuck in my head every now and then. It just happens! Okay. Imagine being able to say, it looks like this to someone, and they know what you're talking about. That's like a superpower. 100% a superpower. Uh-oh, here he comes. The one and only. It's kind of funny to think that this is the first enemy you encounter in the game. You bunch of idiots, nobody sets foot here without my permission. Nobody prepare to start crying at the feet of Master Junior Trooper. Why does he live here? This is Goomba Village? You're like a little, baby turtle. Like, I don't understand. Which I didn't understand that as a kid. I did not know what he was. Alright, I'm gonna hammer him! Which sounds kind of bad. Oh, excellent. Good move. Dang it. I wish I could block. This is it's so painful when you know, like, the timing and you can't do it. Also because this is HDMI now, maybe my timing won't suck horribly like it does not having a CRTV? I don't know. I like that little 1-2 punch Junior Trooper did at the beginning of the fight, getting pumped up! You know it! Oh, Junior Trooper. That'd be a good, like, little quiz question, I think. Like, who's the first enemy you fight? Well, you'd have to say, like, other than Bowser, who's the first enemy you fight in Paper Mario? In the original Paper Mario? Because I don't know that I would remember that it's Junior Trooper. Like, I would have probably thought, like, a Goomba! I don't know. I don't think I would have known. Alright. Goodbye, Junior Trooper! Anyway. Prologue is kind of painful the second time. Action Command takes a little long to show up and everything's straight line. That's true. I mean, I get that it's like a tutorial, so it's like... it's just a slog a bit. But at least it's not too terribly long. Shoot! I was winning too! I don't think you were, because this may come as a shock, but you lost. He really does mean it too. The answer is the veranda! Okay, that's true. Yeah, that's also the first. That's the second battle you lose in this game. Give me that mush. You know what my least favorite thing is in this game? When you get like the coolest item ever and your inventory is full of nothing but cool items, and then it's like, you have to throw something away! And it's like, well, I'm glad that I didn't use any of my items this entire game, and now I don't know what to do. It's a very painful concept for me. Alright, give me the health, baby. Alright, we know how to do these things. Look, it's already hinting at like, ooh, there's gonna be a moment when you can upgrade your hammer, baby. Give me my fire flower. I still need to get my hands on that second issue of Nintendo Power that I'm missing that goes alongside the issue that I have that features this game. That my mom threw away the second one on accident. I'm like, Mom, no! Why would you do this to me? It's I think it's issue 42? I think I have issue 41, or 140. What the heck is it? I don't know, I'm just gonna look at it, because I can't remember. This is issue... Oh, okay. If I don't pinch myself, which I did, it's too late for that. Issue... I don't even know where do I see what issue this is? Where does it say this? 141. So I need 142. Yeah. I need 142 of this this is the one I have. I have this issue, and I had the second one with the 3 legendary dogs on it because it's like an advertisement for like Pokemon Silver and Gold, I guess, or maybe it's Pokemon Stadium 2. I don't know what it's for. Anyway, I can't remember, but I need it to go with it. Check out this hot Pokemon comic in here, though. Ooh, let's go! Okay, anyway, so that's my prized issue of Nintendo Power that I own. And I need the second one to go with it. I still need it. Okay. I love being excited to get a repel gel that I never end up using because it's too important and useful to use. Yeah, I don't know. I'm terrible when it comes to that stuff because I'm like, I just want to Well, I put it on top of other stuff on the table, Odie, because yes, you're 100% right. Kit would lay on it if I just left it there. She'd be like, wow, look at this thing. Oh, I love a spiky hatted Goomba. Hatted? Is that a word? This is a spiked Goomba, because he's... What do you think he's spiked with? My spike of choice would be vodka. It's a Stadium 2 cover. I was gonna say, I can't remember. It seems too new to be Pokemon Gold and Silver, so it almost had to be Stadium 2. What's this little fake mushroom right here? I want it. Come on, I jumped on him. Anyway, I need to get that one, and I've looked at getting it on eBay before, I think, but not in a while. Seems like they just didn't have... It wasn't available, or it was too expensive. I think it just wasn't available last time I looked. I don't think it was a price thing. But, you know what? I don't like your attitude, so get off your wings, yo. It's kind of tragic that one jump, like, destroys their wings, like, you know? Wait. How I feel when I have jam and jellies and ultra shrooms. I know, you can't use them. It's so dumb, but you convince yourself, like, no, I can't use that, it's too good. And you get to the game and you have, like, all the ultra shrooms and jam and jellies that exist in the game, and you haven't used one of them because you're so terrified to use them. It's really dumb, and I do that too. My sister and I were just talking about this. Our mom told us how our nephew had used some super hard to find healing items in my brother's playthrough of Tales of Arise, and my sister and I were just like, he doesn't know the instinct to hoard healing items. Exactly! Like, it's just so hard. I don't know. I can't do it. I struggle with items in games like this. Cassie, thank you for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day. What? It's all? Give me... Hey, can you not get pine cones in Animal Crossing once there's snow on the ground? This has nothing to do with this game. I've just been like... I needed one more pine cone for something, and I don't think I can get them anymore. I shook like 3 trees and... nothing. All branches. So I'm like, it's over! Dang it! Does anybody have a single pine cone I can have in my Animal Crossing game? It's so dumb. They should just stay throughout the winter. I associate pine cones with winter more than fall, people. Oh. I think I have many pine cones in store. Chaga, you gotta hook me up. I need one. I was like, how did I not get one? I guess, though, technically, can't you go now to, I never do this, but you can use, like, Cap'n now to go to, like, different seasonal islands. Knowing me, I'll go to an island that's, like, a season I 100% don't need, though. So. I got acorns from Cornimer every day, but I definitely did not get pine cones. Yeah, just open it. That's the tea. Just open it up your trench coat and be like, you want to buy some pine cones? If you're lucky, Cap'n will give you what you need. I got my corns and cones mixed up. It's because they're not the same thing, but they both are seasonal ingredients, we'll put it that way. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the Ba family. No, I want this. I don't want to give you this. I want it. That's just mean, Mario. I guess you can just give it back when you're done with it. Wow. Do you work out, study, self-defense? Wow. Alright. Yeah, Goombario's head is hard as a rock now. That's kind of weird, but okay. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you, Psycho. Oh.
I shall steal all the trees and, therefore, all the pine cones will be mine.
But that's not helpful. Oh. How could you? Yeah, those darn pine corns and acorns. Boo! That's my favorite sound effect in the game. Especially when you're trying to be quiet. And like, that's the best. That is the best side effect. That's the best sound effect in the game. Okay. If you wear this, you'll be able to do a power jump, which means you'll be cool and stuff. Alright, we already know this, so... Cool. We're just speeding through that because I don't want to... Mario, can I go beat up Bowser with you? Oh, never mind. Wait, no, he asked it right here, right? You're so lucky! Princess rescuing is so cool! This is the only game I like Peach in. I really do actually love her in this game because I love her. Getting back to her sequence was so exciting as a kid. Like, I could not wait to play as her and go back to, like, the castle and walk around. Just, it was so good. But this is, like, the only game. Well, no, this isn't the only game. I also like her in Super Mario Bros. 2, but... Yes! Oh, yeah! Wait, I don't get a choice? I was gonna say no. I love the little artwork like this, though. Cute. I always try... I feel like I'm always looking for, like, these little, screenshots online. I never see them. That probably will now because of the Switch, but... I'm gonna hoard images of this. He can do his head bonk! Alright, cool. Go inside and be old now. Sound effects are a great side effect. It's true. But what's the sound effect in Japan? I can't believe it. I cannot believe that they would put a song from West Side Story in this game. I guess I should give, this girl her doll back. Yeah. I think it's hilarious that... Woohoo! I think it's hilarious that she has, look at him. He got the shivers. I don't know if that was a good thing. Anyway. I love that... No! I'm pushing the right button! I love that you can, say no to different things, and it just is like, okay, fine.
Julie, you're so snoozy back there. You so tired? Snoozing with Pip?
She didn't even budge.
What are you doing?
Yeah, she's not. She's asleep. She's not listening at all. Alright, we gotta go fight one of my favorite bosses. He's like my favorite boss in the game, because he's so stylish. Alright, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna get a Goom Nut. And I'm gonna talk to Big Dad. Do your best, son, to be used. No. I don't mean to do it. Okay. To be fair, though, this is, playing, like, an N64 game with the Pro Controller really is not bad. Playing an NES game or a Super NES game, just, I was so desperate to get the Joy-Cons and the, Switch controller for that because it was just such a pain. The Japanese OST is actually just the entire West Side Story soundtrack, and all the sound effects are spoken lines from the characters. Now you are just not telling the truth, Shliam. Also, I need to activate this, badge, because I forgot to. There's lots of bad... No, I don't want to talk to you! Hold on, how do I do this? That's not how I do it. There we go. Okay. Whoa, what's with the slowdown? Okay, now we have power jump on. So we can powerfully jump on people. You've never told a lie in your life? Even that's a lie! You know it's true! Head bonk, baby. I guess I could tattle the Goombas just for fun. Just to show off Goomba's... Goombario's ability. This is a Goomba! Goombas are what you'd call small fries. Actually, they're pretty much the smallest fries. Hey, wait! I'm one of them! Alright, cool. And then you can jump on them or whack them with your hammer. These guys are old school. They've been around since you were in Super Mario Bros. How cute is that? I'm taking screenshots of everything. So now we'll forever see their HP. Isn't that exciting? We'll never forget that Goombas are the smallest of fries. Yo, I could go for a small fry right now. I could go for some McDonald's. It's kind of embarrassing how much I, like, love McDonald's for some reason. And it happened in college. Like, McDonald's was okay, but I was never, like, obsessed with it until college, till I took marketing. I took marketing, we talked about McDonald's all the time, and then I just craved it constantly, and then I never stopped thinking about it. Yeah, someone got paid to write all of these tattles. I want that job, because that would be so much fun. Gimme! Oh. Okay, never mind. There was nothing in it. Let me jump on your face. Alright, who's doing a run to McDonald's? Ooh! Oh, man. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Anyway. Yeah, so if you ever take marketing, you'll get addicted to McDonald's as a product of being in a marketing class. I don't know why. I could also go for a small fry right now. Just sounds good. Ah! I almost... Dang it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up, Julie.
She's like, why did you startle me like that?
You turning around and go sleep?
Can I not head bonk this guy? Okay. Anyway. No, I am not a Wendy's person. I'm also a vegetarian, or a pescatarian, so, like, there's literally nothing at Wendy's that I can even eat other than, like, a baked potato, and I can make a baked potato just fine by myself, and their fries are always mushy. They have, like, mushy fries, because they're, like, thicker than I like them. And pretty much the only thing I get from Wendy's is a Frosty. And even then I have to be careful, because I'm lactose intolerant, so... Wendy's is just not my jam. Ah! Woo! Excuse me, I'm sorry. Close call badge, ooh! Alright, you should be able to put that on, too. Cool. And this is a mushroom. Isn't there a thing soon, though? Like a heart block? Thank you. Maybe it's, yeah, it might be a regional thing, but over where I actually am, there's, like, nothing. Dang it, I probably should have used one of those mushrooms, because I'm just gonna have to throw items away anyway. Yeah, the only thing that they have is, like, a salad, which I'm not gonna get a salad. That will not fill me up. A salad is, like, for me, it's an appetizer or a side. It is not a meal. It just does not fill me up. Oh, baby! Oh, you know, why am I not using this? Okay. There we go. Anyway. And then, in addition to that, you know, like I said, their baked potatoes are good, but it's not, like, something I can't make myself. So, like, I'm not, like, needing to go there for that. But they don't have a fish option unless it's Lent. And that's for, like, you know, 40 days. Great. And then that's over. It doesn't do anything after that. Let me go ahead and just use one of these, because I'm gonna have to give one of these up anyway. But yeah. McDonald's fries are hit or miss to you? I love McDonald's fries. I like... Why did I just... It doesn't matter. I would have had to give it up anyway. Actually, I do need that for the FP. Okay. Anyway, so I like a thinner fry. Like, I know that not everybody has Steak and Shake. If you guys know what Steak and Shake is, they have really good fries too, because they're, like, really thin. Just not a big, thick fry, like steak fries kind of person. Like, that's just not my preference. Look at these cuties! Whoops. Alright. Are they? I always thought that the red one was a girl and the blue one was a boy, but that was just my childhood brain telling me things that weren't true. Let's head welcome. Mario, how'd you like some of this? I mean, that's pretty hot. If I tattle it, I have to tattle one or the other, right? Let's see. This is Blue Goomba. He's the younger of the two, notorious Goomba Bros. As you heard in his little speech, he's one of the Goomba King's men. He doesn't look that healthy. He's weaker than his brother. Ooh, that is the tea. Alright. Oh. Oh, what am I doing? Just power jump, you idiot! My favorite fries growing up... Oh, Blue Goomba! Blue Goomba! My favorite fries growing up were Burger King's. Burger King had the best fries. They, like, changed their potato recipe and they did, like, a whole... Well, potato. You can't really change a potato recipe. They changed their fry recipe at some point when I was a kid and they had this whole, like, Mr. Potato Head, like, ad campaign for it. And... I mean it. Their fries were, like, incredible after that. And I feel like I've gotten them recently and they're not as good. Maybe I need to give them a chance again. I'll have to, like, stop there and get fries and, like, a milkshake or something at some point and try it. I didn't read any of that. Why did I just do that? I don't know. Why Jati? Dang it, I used all my FP on your bro. Okay. Potatoes are the best. I agree. Game Ideas Maker, how's it going? It's been a while. And 11th Plague, welcome. Shadow HP3, how's it going? But yeah. I am definitely enjoying Paper Mario on the Switch. I'm just enjoying the convenience of having it on the Switch and having 4 brand new, unused save files that will not delete mysteriously. Like, that is just the best. Oh, we're gonna level up soon. I love that it changes to this, like, sad music. Oh shoot, I cut off his little thumbs up. No, I don't want to save right now. I want to go heal at that block and then save. Thank you. Okay. Going well. We're having a great time, honestly. We're about to fight the Goomba King. He's one of my favorite bosses because he's so cute. Oh, shoot. And we're talking about which fast food restaurant has the best fries. Because we got on this whole fry talk based on something that Goombario... What happened to Goombario? Okay. Based on what Goombario said. This is a Goomba. Whoa! Is there anybody else on this path? I don't know. We'll come back and fight that guy later. Whoa! Alan Edgehead making me dab! And Armand making me dab. Wow. How's it going, Alan? Do I remember Burger King cheese fries? I don't think I've ever had Burger King's cheese fries. I don't think I ever did. What is this? Pixie with the dab? You're salty about... I'm salty about Wendy's because I had a bad experience last time. Salty about BK because last time I went there, they were advertising the Impossible Nuggets, so I tried to order them and they were like, oh, we don't have those. So dumb. I don't like the taste of meat, like, in a burger, so, like, Impossible Burgers are just not for me, but I don't know about I don't really remember what chicken tastes like. Like, I accidentally got a chicken, like, somebody gave me a chicken sandwich on accident at Burger King, I think it was, instead of a fish sandwich, and I bit into it, and I was like, I don't know what this is. This is the weirdest tasting thing ever, and it's really greasy. Like, I didn't recognize it, and it was, like, such a weird I thought I would have recognized it, and I didn't, because I ate chicken up until I was 10 years old. I didn't recognize it. I did not recognize that taste, so I was like, oh, so I don't know how I would feel about that. I don't even remember what it tastes like, apparently. Pretty sure they used... Oh, what am I doing? Pretty sure there used to be a bridge on the other side. I wonder what happened to it. But yeah. Also, did I miss a... Oh, it was a hydrate. I almost dabbed. Thank you. Yay, Goomba King! I love the Goomba King. He was my favorite as a kid. Here we go. This is my Bahaha pillow. I ordered a shirt and it was like way too small. The size was fine, but it was just smaller than what I've ever experienced in that size shirt. So I had to get it in a different size. I like contacted the company and they're like, oh, we'll just send you the right size and you can donate or whatever, the old one. I was like, well, that's super nice. So I made it into a pillow. So I upcycled it. But there he is. Look at him. Woohoo! Here we go. Thumbnail moment. So dumb. I always do that and I never use my thumbnail moments. Okay. My eyes do that when I don't wear glasses. Oh, you know. It's well, that's a talent, to be honest. I missed your redeem? Well, shout out to dabbing. What a solid shout out. What a solid shout out, Psycho. I can't speak. Because I, the great and powerful Goomba King, will see... If this is shaky, does that mean his voice is shaky? I don't know. We'll see to it that you advance no further. Farther. Sorry, I read it wrong. Hear that, Mario? No farther. Not one step. Are you scared, little man? Bahaha. Yeah, you're scared, all right. You want to say you're sorry for... What am I saying I'm sorry for? I don't know what happened. Wow, that King Goomba is really huge. We love his pants! I love his striped pants! They're so cute! Sure, he's no match for you, though, because he's a big guy. Is he the king of the Goomba village, though? How cute would that be? Like, where did this guy come from? You know? Oh, thank you for lurking, Yo-Yo! Alright, beat him up. Goomba King. King Goomba, whatever. Whatever the heck your name is. Leave him to me, baby. Hey, Mario, I think maybe we ought to take out the Goomba Bros first. Maybe you shouldn't backseat me, Goombario. Did you ever think of that? Although, I do want to tattle the Goomba King, because... That is not what I said! I said tattle! Okay, that's really dumb. I can't believe this right now. Okay, well. Super dumb. How am I supposed to tattle anybody? I don't know why. Okay, can I actually tattle him this time? Oh, it's because I hit the D-pad and not the... Okay. This is the Goomba King. He's really big. I mean, look at him. He looks really powerful. Okay, great. He's the boss of Red Goomba and Blue Goomba. Who cares if he's strong? You're much stronger. Gee, I wonder what he ate to become so big. I'd like to be a bit bigger too. I love his striped pants. They're just so cute. Alright, I'm gonna hit the Goomba tree. So... Anyway. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. I was just... too cool, I guess. Just not thinking. You know me. I thought that Goombario said something about his pants, or else I wouldn't have even bothered tattling him. But he said nothing about his pants! Okay. Oh, level up, baby! I'm gonna go ahead and do FP, just because I like to be even Steven at the beginning. I love that they retreat into the castle when they're, like, so sad about losing. Give me that star piece. Give me all the stuff. Give me that... Is there another one over here? I can't do that yet. The hammer doesn't work like that yet. Oh, Psycho!
Why bother jumping on enemies or using your hammer when an easier way to defeat them is to do this?
Very, very true. That's 100% accurate. I'm sure that that would work on probably 99% of people. Like, putting a tarantula on their face would probably defeat them pretty easily. Thank you so much, Psycho. I love that alert so much. Bobo teasing Goombario, but she would 100% be the partner that gave all the hot goss on all the enemies. Okay, Odie. That is true. My superpower would be to tattle. Now, would I bonk them with my head? No, but I would tattle. Like, as in, share the hot goss. Okay, good fight and all that. I must warn you, however. Oh, look at how apologetic he is. He kind of looks like a nutcracker. If you happen to find a strange switch somewhere, you should definitely not press it. It's dangerous. Understand? You what? You already pressed it? I'm sorry. Oh no! I love the Goomba King. He's such a cutie. And I love that this collapses as paper would. Like it like unfolds and the window just falls off like it's glued on there. It's not even like a real. How did he get up in the chimney? Oh my. Bye, Goomba King. Oh no! He blasted off again. Look! The bridge! Now we can cross and continue our journey. You know, a little remorse because some guy just flew over the mountains might be a little bit, necessary here. Goombario, what the heck? A heart? Try and have one. No. Why would you press his switch? I'm sorry. I had to. I had to progress the story. Yes, save and continue, please. Silence.
Jilly, why you got your back to the audience?
She doesn't know. Excuse me. Sorry. I keep, like, clearing my throat. Not meaning to. Mighty King Bowser, I've been looking for you. A report your evilness. Mario defeated the Goomba King. He's heading for Toad Town now. I am. What? Unbelievable. What was Goomba King thinking? What if that was the voice I gave Bowser, like in my original playthrough? I should have. That would have been more comical than trying to be like all deep voiced and crazy. You are sure that Mario can defeat us? Alright. Alright. Please, please, your vileness. She calls him such weird names. Is she his mistress? I don't know. I don't know if I believe it. I don't know if I believe it. And yes, the poor mountain toads must be so confused to have this big old Goomba King in his striped pants show up. I'd be pretty excited, to be honest, though. Like, I would. Alright. King Bowser, you mustn't worry. Hiya! It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Knock off. Alright, here come the Koopa Bros! The coolest of cool. I like that we get such a cool first world boss. Or Chapter 1 boss. Not the prologue, but Chapter 1, baby! Pusha! Get real, King Bowser! Yeah, the Goomba King was huge, but he was a total wompola! A wimp. See, I can't read anything. We're nothing like him. See, what we've got going on is the power of teamwork. Together, we can put the hurt on Mario in seconds flat. Alright, that's great. We're gonna show off our really hot attack that's it's not fit to print, so you can't, like, see it right now, but it's very shiny and whoa. Once you know what this is, you're like, really, Bowser? That's all it took to impress you? I don't know how I feel about that, but okay. Alright, let's take him out. Let's go. I also love that they masquerade, spoiler, but I love that they masquerade as toads. Wow. Don't they have, like, all all these minions, though? Like, how is nobody watching? Oh, I never fought that lone Goomba, did I? Oh, whatever, I don't care. Well, let's just go forward. Why would I worry about that? Excuse me, sleepy sheep. Ooh. Some of the enemies look so cute sleeping. Like, so cute sleeping. Yeah, rip 100%. Spoiler for a 20-year-old game? Shocking. You know, this is going, like, with this being on the Switch, it's someone's, many people's first playthrough, which is a fun thing to think about. But, you know, you think about how long, like, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask have been out, and Ocarina of Time is on the Switch, and I've never played it before. So it's like, for me, it'd be like, wow, this is brand new, you know? Toad Town, let's go, baby! Okay, I'm so glad you're okay. Are you? Do you even know? I don't even know who you are. What the heck? The princess kidnapped and uprooted. Oh my god, what do we do? Great. Now this is the part of the game where I'm like, I have to talk to everybody, and I have this convenient pipe that goes to my house. So, I love that he's just whistling. I wonder what my brother Mario is doing right now. Wow. Whoa, Mario, it's you. Good to see you. But yeah, OT stream, let's go! And you're alright after all the castle craziness? I was really worried about you. I like that he's like, I wonder what he's doing right now. Not, I wonder if he's alive, but I just wonder what he's doing, you know. Oh, Luigi. Oh, Luigi. I mean, maybe he just has a lot of faith, and he's like, there's no way he died. It's fine. Who are you? I'm Goombario. Nice to meet you. I see. Great. Just great. You're on an exciting adventure with Mario. Talk about unfair. I agree. What the heck? What? Why do you need to look after this house? Like, what's going on here that's so important? Alright, so we can see all my hot stats, which are super cool. And we can look in my empty box. We can also go to bed in the top bunk because we're so cool, so we're gonna do that really quickly. And yeah, if your brother went to a party and never came home, is that all you have to say? And he literally was like thrown out the window after a big monster took, like, this. I don't know. I don't understand it. Okay, I need to save really quickly now that we are here. Oh, never mind. The save is in the next screen. Alright, fine. I'll talk to everybody because I can't not talk to everybody. I'm gonna start in this house over here with all the kids. Alright. Busy, busy. The room doesn't get tidied. I mean, this room doesn't look messy, honey. Look, you have like one piece of furniture in here. Like, all you have are coffee mugs and a fireplace. I guess you have two pieces of furniture if you consider like the lamp. The lamp is also a piece of furniture. So you have a bookshelf and a lamp. I'd say someone needs to... Whoa! Why did I just slide in the middle of them? Okay, the castle was taken away. Wow. I don't even know who I'm talking to because I slid in between them. Oh, I'm talking to both of them. Can I get out of here? Thank you. Oh no, doom, danger. Princess Peach's castle is up in the air. I just love that her castle is just up in the sky somewhere. I think that's really fabulous. Look at how fun this guy's place is. I love his little library. This is just the guy from Beauty and the Beast. Oh, salutations. Well, we already talked to you at the party because you greeted us the exact same way. I love books. I read them all the time because I'm so well read. I know all sorts of interesting facts. Cool. Alright, what do you got for me? So, it's told that far away, at the very top of the sky, that there's a Star Haven, and according to legend, it was made with ancient magic. Again, I love the foreshadowing of like, listen, there's this fun place in this game that maybe you'll go at some point in your adventure, and it's like, Not right away. I love that kind of stuff. So. Some nights, they say some nights still you can see Peach's castle up in the sky. Just there. Twitch Nick, welcome. Welcome to Shroom Grocery. Oh, I didn't realize this was a grocery store. I don't want to do anything. So this is the grocery store. So what's the other store that we technically don't know exists yet? Did ya know you can carry 10 items, baby? I did. What? I don't have a degree. I just got here. What do you want from me? It's like, how do you not have your degree? I'm sorry. Okay. I know. I already went home, okay? Everybody's telling me stuff I already know. Our master is wandering the world to purify his mind and train his body. Our master was a strong man. He is going to come back a very, very strong man. We will wait here, right here, until our master returns. Waiting is part of our training. Very, mystical. Okay, no, I didn't talk to these ladies. Uh-oh, I wonder if we'll be able to use this after a certain chapter. Peach's castle flew away! How could such a thing happen? I'm scared! Felissa T. I love the toad names. I love the toad names. Alright. Never been, are you kidding? We've been many times. Alright, yeah, the castle caused destruction and everybody hates us, whatever. Alright, give me my star piece. Alright, I'm scribbling on the back of the notice board. How naughty! Oh, whoa! Look at this guy being naughty at Christmas time. I heard Mario is defeated by Bowser. I like how the real news is on the back of the board, where just people just a gossip loving to me. That's me. Okay. Princess Peach kidnapped, castle uprooted. Alright. It's not terrifying at all. Okay, what am I doing? Talking to people? Merlin is out. I said Merlin is out, so he must be out! I'm telling you, Merlin is out! But he's not out. I love how, like, the music accompanies certain buildings in Toad Town. It's just a very nice touch. Alright. Huh. Interesting, dude. Do I really need to talk to all these people right now? Probably not, but we'll walk around. This guy's shop isn't open yet, is it? No. Hey, what's up? Good to meet ya, bud. Ralph's the name. I'm starting me up a little business in Toad Town. Still setting up, though. Alright, so after this chapter will be great. I also love that, like, you know, so late in the game, we get a chapter that has to do with something, like, right in the middle of Toad Town. Like, I mean, I guess you could say that about, like, Shy Guy's Toy Box, too. But just the fact that this is, like, here the whole time, this little trellis, and what it turns into, is just so cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna save. Go to the post office. And then... Whoa, Parakarry. Parakarry is actually one of my favorite sidekicks, ironically. I feel like I use him a lot, and I don't know how hot of a take that is. I feel like I know it's like 50-50. You either use Parakarry a bunch or you forget about him. I don't know, but I've always really liked him. You can read any letters that arrive for you. Wait, why am I reading this? This is just obvious. Oh, what? Red and Blue Goombas wrote you a letter, baby. Okay, Goombario, you were a lot stronger than you looked. We figured you were just some punk Goomba hanging around with Mario. Anyway, you proved yourself to us, and you showed us that being good is as important as being strong. So, When you come back, do you think maybe we could be friends? Please say yes. So cute. We'll be waiting. Red and Blue Goomba Bros. I love a hot change of heart. Like, this is why I love Hayao Miyazaki films. It's why I love Studio Ghibli. There's always that twist, change of heart in there that you're just like not expecting but makes sense. Love it. We love a change of heart. Oh yeah, I could be like tattling people, right? His name is Parakarry. He's a paratrooper who works for the post office. He's well known for being the slowest mailman around. A slow mailman? That can't be good. Yeah, well. I can't help it if Goombario's... Why are you standing in the doorway? Let's go. We have places to go. But yeah. What if they had all this stuff and you just never got to use any of it? Never got any new abilities? I don't know. Been years since you've played this game. It's so good. Yes, you need to get back into it, Twitch Nick. It's so good. You've always used him a lot, at least early on. I would say yes, same thing for me. Shell Shot is just a great move. I agree. That's like such a good move against like some of the earlier bosses, like you said. I've always used him a ton. I don't know. But Luigi made it out. Wait, how did Luigi get out of here? Like, what? Peach's castle, it went up in the air. I was in the castle, it started to shake, but my lightning quick feet got me out. Oh, he just ran out the door. Oh, so they just ran out the door. Okay. I guess I never really realized how Luigi escaped. I just kind of assumed it was something like that. But, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for my favorite transition in the entire game? Fave. Again, I was shook. It's just so good! I love that transition so much. Like, that just shook me as a kid. Like, I remember going insane over that and being like, oh, that's so cool! Oh my god! Like, freaking out. I love it. I love it so, so much. You guys have no idea how much I love the whole atmosphere that is Starhaven. It's just great. Alright, more lovely. How's it going? What are they supposed to be exactly? What y'all say? Spot a little tight for fortune telling if you want your fortune read. I don't want my fortune read. Everybody else hits on you. Why can't I? It's empty. Let's go upstairs. Anyway. Oh boy, time to buy badges. I wonder what you I don't even remember what I prioritized, to be honest. Let me see. I can never remember how I start this out, typically. Mister, you have any star pieces? How many star I feel like I don't have that many yet, though. What do I even have? I have 3. Chill out. Keep you from being... Oh. Man, I love chill out. Payoff. Oh, shoot. I don't like the attack effect. I don't like any of the sound effects ones. I like them to stay the same the whole game, from the very beginning. So, they're wizards! I know, but like, what animal are they? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't ready. Do it again! I will. I'll do it again once we leave this house. Like, the design of this is just fantastic. I wouldn't get chill out! I am always hit by people. What else do I use? Pretty Lucky. I feel like I usually get that one later on. This one's really good for when you're going underground, which isn't yet, so it's not really necessary at the moment. Zap Tap's #1. That is the #1 badge in the game, in my opinion. It just is. It's so good. Do I even want to get anything right now? And I'm also an HP hoarder, so I do a lot of the, like, HP plus and crap when I mean... This is not that, but that just made me think of it, just seeing the plus badges. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna come back. What do I even have? I don't even have that many badge points, do I? Oh, I only have 1 available. Okay, I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna save my stuff and come back later and get, like, a bigger badge sooner, I think. Because I feel like I usually spend my bells is what I almost said. I usually spend my bells really super soon. Here we go, I'll do this transition again because it's just so good. And then we'll go where we're supposed to go. It's so beautiful. I love the periwinkle. Anyway. You've only ever used one of the effects badges, the one that makes your hammer sound like Yoshi. I think that's the one that I used last time when I played this with Odie. I think that's, the other ones I just don't like. I don't know. Tattle on this screen. Oh, that's right. I need to go, tattle her after this. I'll do this stuff first and then I'll tattle. Dizzy attack makes you immune to first strike. I feel like I never used Dizzy attack. I don't think I ever really knew that, you know? Like, I didn't realize it made you immune to first strike. Interesting. But yes, Zap Tap's definitely, like, my favorite. My go-to. Also, Dab for Alan. Zap Tap's just great, because it just keeps you from being, like, damaged by stupid stuff. Why am I jumping over these ledges that I can just walk up? I don't know. This is just so cool. I love this so much. I love it so much. Ugh. This whole star. This whole star sequence is, like, my favorite part of the entire game. Like, all that is part of... All that is part of this. Like, I just absolutely love it. And I think that's why, like, T2ID didn't do it for me. It's missing this, and it needed it, and I'm sad forever that it's not part of it. We're the 7 star spirits! Our job is to grant the wishes of good people from our home in Starhaven, a place high beyond the sky. We're going to tell you something incredibly important. Please listen, baby! I don't know why I keep doing this. The other day, Bowser and his followers invaded our peaceful Starhaven. They stole our prized treasure, the Star Rod, which we stole from Kirby, and we've cared for since the beginning of time when we stole it from Kirby. The Star Rod is powerful beyond belief. It can grant any wish. For as long as we can remember, Bowser has been making wishes like, for instance, I'd like to trounce. What a choice word. I'd like to trounce Mario. Like, not... Oh. I can't. Oh.
Bowser is to the Star Rod as the Grinch is to Christmas.
Oh my gosh. That's perfect. Perfect, Psycho. Thank you for that. Okay, now I remember this badge, Chugga. It took me a second. I was like, wait a minute, what does this do? You're right. You do, like, the spin and it makes people... Okay. I know what you're talking about now. And I don't think I've really ever used that one until literally, like, the last time I played this. Which I'm pretty sure Odie was the one who put it on. And I'm like, I never used this! And he's like, why do you never use this? So, and yeah, speedrunners for sure probably always spin just because it's the only way to move, like, any faster. But yeah. Yeah, anyway, we're trouncing Mario. Oh! I want Princess Peach to like... See, that's not a bad wish, though. Like, to want your crush to like you isn't, like, something to be ashamed of. They're like, well, that's a bad wish. Like, I get that, like, love is, like, free will and all that, but, like, I don't think that's a bad wish. Okay, of course, stars ignore such selfish wishes. How's it selfish? You're like, I really like this person. I want them to like me, too. I don't know how much he really likes her. He kind of abuses her. As a result, his wishes were never granted. I don't know. I think that second one is kind of bent. Bowser, that fiend! When he found out that we were ignoring his wishes, he came and stole the Star Rod so he could grant his own wishes. It doesn't seem like it's working, though, because I don't think that Peach likes him. Yeah, love is selfish, confirmed! I mean, unless it just, again, goes against the laws of free will, then it's like, okay, obviously that's not gonna work. He seems content right now, mainly because he defeated you and captured the princess. Soon enough, though, I fear he will wish for more, and then terrible things will happen. It is the responsibility of the 7 Star Spirits to keep the Star Rod safe and use it properly. We must get the Star Rod back from Bowser and return it to its rightful place. In order to do this, Mario, we need your help. Sadly, right now you are not strong enough to challenge Bowser. He has made himself all-powerful by making wishes with the Star Rod. He is terrible to behold. Also, I love Miss Star so much. She's my favorite. But she and Skull are my favorites, but she is... She'll tell you. She'll tell you the truth, whether it hurts your feelings or not. It's like, well, she's not lying. Once we 7 Star Spirits are reunited in Star Haven, we can give you the power to fight Bowser even with his newfound strength. With our help, you can prevail! Mario, alas, we've nearly exhausted our power to talk to you. Although it looks like we're there beside you, it is only an illusion. It doesn't exist. We're using all of our strength to communicate with you over a great distance, but even now our strength is fading. We've been caught and are being held by Bowser's followers in different places throughout the Mushroom Kingdom. Yo, this guy is real far away. Okay, sorry. Please, Mario, first of all, you must rescue us. In order to take the Star Rod back from Bowser and save Princess Peach, we need your help. Please, Mario, you are our last hope, and we will. We will what? It looks like things are a lot more serious than I thought. Well, yeah, maybe because you're some little hard-headed kid, dude. Think the princess is going to be alright? I'm really worried about her. I don't know, do you think your mom's gonna be alright? I know, you guys love a your mom joke. Alright, what's going on with Peach? Sniffle. I like how she, like, literally spoke and said sniffle. Mario's probably hurt. He's not. It's fine. Everyone's in prison. They're not. They're fine. The Mushroom Kingdom will be destroyed if things continue the way they're going! Somebody has catastrophic thinking. Something must be done. Yes, like, you need to go see a therapist. If only somebody could help me. Well, a therapist. I just suggested this. There's a couch right there. Come on now. See, there's the laugh again. My dear princess, how are you doing this fine day? How do you know it's daytime? You're out in space. We're so high above the sky right now. You mean high in the sky? You know, princess, as long as I have the Star Rod, no one in the Mushroom Kingdom can touch me! Great. You know the power that grants everyone's wishes, it's mine. Isn't that just wonderful? Okay, imagine what it's like down in your kingdom. Your subjects must be so upset because their wishes aren't being granted! You know, and they call him selfish for wanting his wishes granted, yet they're like, ooh. Okay, they deserve it for the way they've treated us Koopas over the years. Aren't some of them Koopas themselves, though? If you know, want anything, all you have to do is ask. I can grant wishes. Of course, I'll only grant requests that I like. Okay, great. Enjoy your stay in your own castle. You watch yourself, princess. You'd better not cause trouble. Yeah. It's a Mario game, and so anything associated with Bowser is inherently bad. In Mario's world, I guess so. Bowser got mad because he was on the naughty list. That's what it sounds like to me. Solid own on this, like, 10-year-old kid. Oh. I'm with Cammy on this one. You're in space. Yeah. I don't understand. If only somebody could help me. Here he comes. I love the sound effects. I know I keep saying that, but I just really love the sound effects. Big Twink, let's go. And I love Twink's little jingle. And I love that the game, like, ends with his jingle before it goes back to the music box, like, beginning. That makes me cry. My name is Twink. But you're a star kid. Ooh, how'd you get here? I came from Star Haven to grant your wish. It's our job to grant wishes, you know. So cute. You came because I wish that somebody could help me? Yes, of course. I want a star kid to show up at my door because I wished for something cool. That's just great. Thank you so much for coming. But isn't it selfish to want help, Peach? No, I'm kidding. Imagine living in a world where all your wishes weren't granted. That's what I'm saying, Psycho. These people are dramatic. Think you can do it? He's like, I can't do this, I'm sorry. Sorry, that's a little much for a novice star like me. Maybe one of the honorable star spirits from Starhaven could grant a wish like that. I'm so sorry. Please ask for something easy. I mean, didn't she already ask for something, Twink? Come on now. Can you take me away from here? Everyone in my castle has been captured and I have to save them all as soon as possible. I'm sorry, but no, I can't grant that wish either, I'm afraid. Actually, I just got called up to the sky a day ago, so I can't do big wishes yet. If I were a more splendid star, maybe I could actually help. It's alright, don't be sad, Twink. Mario will definitely do something to save us all. He's probably coming right now! Yeah, look at Twink just chewing. Wonder if the Lumas are kind of an offshoot of the Star Kids? It would make sense, to be honest. When you were a kid, you believed we could get a sequel to this game where Twink had become... That would have been so perfect! Where Twink had become the 8th Star Spirit and would be this great hero as he grew up. Instead, I got LOL, isn't paper funny? And never came back. Oh. So sad. We really do need a sequel. I know. Peach is setting the bar high with her wish, for sure. Alright. I love his little wink face. This is a lucky star, isn't it? Lucky star! Okay, okay. Stop saying okay. I'll do it! Princess Peach, I'll fly to the Mushroom Kingdom just as quick as I can, baby! And I'll get out of here. Oh, wait, Twink! Wait 1 second. Can you also... Please tell Mario that... I'm fine and he shouldn't worry, okay? Can you tell him that? Yeah, whatever. Don't despair. I'll return. I love that this whole little sidekick situation is happening, though. And here we get a big opening moment. Mario, where are you? I mean, he's in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's fine. But yeah. No, to be fair, none of the TQID characters ever came back either. What the heck, people? Alright, let's go tattle Merlovely really quickly because it's pretty funny. This is the house of an amazingly gorgeous woman. The fortune teller Merlovely. Merlo, who collects star pieces, also lives here. Whoever that is, this house pulses with psychic power. Can you feel it? It feels weird. It feels like I'm floating on some sort of spiritual cushion. I think you're tripping, dude. Come on. This is the house. Oh, he just says the same thing inside her house. I couldn't remember. So, she's amazingly gorgeous, in case anybody wondered. And I'm spinning into the wall. Alright, now we can progress into Chapter 1. Whoa! Oh, sorry, sorry, so sorry, I'm sorry, sorry. Great. Okay, You're Mario, aren't you? Thank the stars I found you. He's so cute when he's happy. How do you do? I'm Twink. Princess Peach asked me to bring something to you. Oh, honey. We didn't need that. Well, I don't know where he was keeping it, but that's not public info. Also, this is like the same size as him. How did he carry this? But yeah. Okay, Odie, I didn't go close enough. I'm sorry. I'll go back. I will. That's the lucky star from Princess Peach. Now that it's yours, you can use the action command. No. No. Okay, so we know how to do this, so we don't need to be taught. Here you are. Yeah, you're locked in a castle in space, but don't despair, obviously. You did get a nice Bo plus Bootler cameo. Did you? Really? That's so cute. I didn't know that was like a cameo there. I just know there's that big boob ghost. And I'm like, why are her boobs so big? I don't understand. I also don't even think she's really... Everybody's like, she's not a ghost, but I grew up my whole life thinking she was a ghost, so... I don't know. I don't really know why that's necessary. Also, One Speedy Yoshi, what's up? And One Speedy Yoshi, as far as I'm concerned, yes. I do not see this game as ugly in the slightest, so... I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody out there that agrees with you, but definitely not me. Gonna head out for a bit. Oh my gosh, well, good luck, Odie. Good luck with your test. But yeah. Her official species name is Wind Spirit. Interesting. Yeah, because that's what I was asking earlier. I'm like, what is she? You know? Test the goss. There's this fun mystical land called Canada where they require about 10,000 times the protocol of this other really way more relaxed, probably not for the best, but way more relaxed land called America. So when you travel between the two, you have to get this really cool stick shoved up your nose. So that's what he has to do right now. That's the goss. Alright, if I defeat Mario right now, I'll be famous! Want to become famous? Now this is your target audience right here, if you want to become famous. Just saying. Oh, hot! Give me a power jump and stuff. Well, that didn't take much for you to fall off your broom, dude. Wait, this isn't Cammy! Why was I calling this guy Cammy? This is just a Magic Koopa. Okay, I was really bad with timing. Look at this background, though. We never see this background like any other time. Because when do we ever battle anybody else here? Like, we don't. So... Well done, Mario. You're as strong as they say, except you don't know how to block because you failed at the timing. Good job. Going to return to Princess Peach's side. I'm not strong enough to really help her, but at least I can tell her you're okay. I mean, in a way, honey, that is helping her, so... Listen, you try and hang onto a broom when you get a giant man landing on... Yeah, when a giant man lands on your head. You probably... That's true. I probably would fall off a broom. You're right. She also said, I'm alright, so don't worry about me. That's exactly what she said. Alright, cool. Well, have fun, Twink. Keeping the princess company. And we will see you when we see you, I guess. I know, isn't it crazy how old this game is now? This game can, like, legally drink in the US. I'm like, what? How did this happen? How did ya age? Okay, I'm gonna go tattle more lovely. Just because we keep talking about it, and I didn't do it right the last time. She's a gorgeous lady named Merlovely. I can't believe I'm in the same room with her. She foresees events and uses her magic powers to find what you're looking for. She's very accurate. I think I'm in love. She's incredible. Pinch me, will you, Mario? So funny. So dumb, but so funny. But yeah. You had to buy a travel test kit for next month. Hopefully it's not me sticking something up my brain. No! Oh, I always thought it was weird how they gave us such a powerful late game enemy to try out action commands on. Turns out it has different strats and attacks slower. Wait, which one are you talking about? Kamek just now? Or Magic Koopa? Whatever the heck the name is? Shoot. Goombario's such a... Wow. Gonna get banned, obviously. Wait, why do you have to do a travel test kit, Pixie? Where are you going? You coming here? I didn't know. I mean, let's go. I like how the badges are the Star Guardians. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what are you talking... Now I get what you're saying, yeah. Because, like, the Magic Koopas are a late game. I see what you're saying now. Sorry, it just took me a second to register exactly what you meant. Dumb and funny will always be one of the greatest things about Paper Mario 64. What am I doing? Wait, what? Oh, I just, like, skipped through everything he said. But basically he was like, you need to go to Merlin's house because he has a visitor and I don't understand. Even though we tried to do this once before. Deep Blooper C, welcome to the stream. You have to go to Phoenix for work? What? Yeah, that's like the opposite end of where everybody lives, Pixie. That'll be fun, though. I didn't realize you were doing like a business trip coming up. Oh man, that just reminded me of something that I'm like, I don't want to. Okay, anyway, you're Mario. I've been waiting for you. You should have come earlier. Well, I did come earlier. I knocked on the door. You wouldn't answer. Come on now. All the original partners have updated sprites in the 1000-Year Door, but only Parakarry and Bo show up. Boo in the post-game and Parakarry at the beginning. I do remember Parakarry at the beginning. The others were supposed to show up, sorry, in post-game as well, but were cut. No, why? I only played like through, whoa, I did not mean to do that. Through the beginning of TTYD. I discovered is very important and it concerns you. But before I tell you about it, there are other things of which I must speak. It is a very long story, but I will try to shorten it. Where should I start? It was in the old days. One of my ancestors was up on Shooting Star Summit, and as usual, but one day it happened, suddenly a great appeared and I standing face to face. Then, far away, the pious was raised me up was amazing. I was still so young then, I believed in, but our hearts were. And then, so... This sounds like how I tell a story. It's tragically long, every time. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. And that is all that matters. Huh? Hey! Mario, were you listening to me? He wasn't. Lies. Lies! Oh, alright. So anyway, that is why I'm able to help you. So we'll never truly know why Merlin is able to help him. If you get lost during your adventure, you can come to me. I can predict the path you should take for a small price. I love that this existed back in the day when there wasn't just internet to where you could look up every fact on every game that ever has been made, and you genuinely didn't know where to go or you couldn't remember what you last did. Like, this was such a these were great to have in the game as resources back then. That's something that kids today playing this game don't understand. That we did not have another option. Like, it was just in the game or by somebody else that you happen to know that played it, which was no one, and that was it. So, I know there's probably a ton of cut content from Paper Mario games in general. It's just, it's so true and it's kind of tragic. It's like, I want to know it all. I don't know. He told you literally everything in the world that matters. I know, and I didn't listen to any of it. Yeah, I don't even know. Also, Brandon, welcome to the stream. But yeah, the good old days when there was no internet and you had, I remember using my guide in, Nintendo Power to, like, you know, see what was going on, like what I needed to do, or if I got stuck, I would like look at it, and I loved looking at the pictures and reading the little like facts about it. Okay, now we can go talk to the Koopa Bros. What? No, I don't, that's not what I wanted to do. How do I look at my, top? There we go. I don't know how to pull that thing down because I don't have any C buttons. Alright, so I need to heal really quick, and then we can move on to Chapter 1. Officially. And we're probably not going to get all the way through Chapter 1 today. We're probably going to get to, like, Koopa Village and such, and then that's probably... Or we might get to the fortress and then just start there tomorrow. Oh, stop telling me what stuff is. Okay, here we go. Also, honestly, RPG, welcome to the Strem de la Strem. You don't want to go out there. It's way too dangerous. Going to Koopa Bros Fortress would be a huge mistake. Isn't it weird how we've seen, like, no battles? Definitely don't go. Most of all, though, you shouldn't go ask Old Man Merlin for help. That would be really bad news for us. I mean, for you. Don't even think about it. Alright, well, that's exactly what we're gonna do. So... And I like how Merlin's like, okay, forget it, I'm not locking my door. And I love that he lives in, like, a circus tent. That's kind of fun, too. Alright, strange toads. He's like, unacceptable. Unacceptable. Okay, moving. Moving and grooving. This guy is fast. I told you that you can't pass. Take off. No, I'm not going to. We don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, what gives? Ask anyone. We're just cute, ordinary toads hanging out. Oh, man. Reveal your true selves. They're all, like, shadowy and stuff. It's like... Look at his mystic... Like, why don't we just take Merlin on our adventure? He would wreck everyone. Like, I just don't... You know, he would be like easy mode. Easy mode sidekick. Wrecked. Everybody knows that sidekick is, like, the best one. It's wrecked. It's broken. I think his mustache glows in the dark, by the way.
Oh, Jilly, are you so cozy back there? I see you rolling around with your polar bear friend.
So nice. Alright, you must pursue them. I don't want to. Oh, Mario. I don't want to date any of them. Your fortune, I haven't revealed. To get to the Koopa Bros fortress, you need to help a blue-shelled Koopa. Okay, this is strange. What? In Koopa Village? Okay, great. Must return home now. Again, I know I'm going to talk about this more when we get there, but like, I said this before. Wasn't it kind of weird to any of you guys? Chapter 1, Storming Koopa Bros Fortress. Wasn't it kind of weird to anybody else that of all songs they chose to use for the trailer advertising this, they chose the, like, fuzzy attacking Koopa Village music? I'm like, that would not be the song I landed on, but okay. That's great. We're moving on. Oh, let me see. I missed some comments. Wonder how many kids got stuck here because they actually thought they shouldn't talk to Merlin. That's tragic. Tragic, if that happened. It's like why I never understood why Gandalf didn't just blast his way through all of the Lord of the Rings in 5 seconds. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. Partners from Paper Mario are in the Thousand Year Door Goombario. I mean, I don't know anything about Thousand Year Door, so you guys could say, like, you know, Ronald McDonald is in Thousand Year Door, and I'd be like, oh, sweet. Like, because I really don't know. And I wasn't watching. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Are these the ones that have the good tattle? Maybe not. I think the ones underground are the ones that have the funnier tattle. This is Koopa Trooper. Koopa Trooper? Oh my god. This is Koopa Troopa. What in the world? What is happening? Psycho, you just gifted 11 tier 1 subs? Well, that was not what I was, that was, wow. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much, Psycho. 11? That's ridiculous. It's not even funny. Thank you so much, Psycho, for the 11 gift subs to Little Miss Bagels, Slayer, John Q. Adams, Kirby Cart, Lord Cooler, Blake the Snake, Sherry Bing, Mario Simpson. I just saw that as Mario Simps, and I was like, oh wow. C Diddy and Deep Blooper C and Russ. Thank you so much, Psycho. Can we get all the Doritos chips in chat for Psycho? I'm gonna give you all the Doritos and also all the Boz, because seriously, that MVP, incredibly generous. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Oh. And Wario Boy, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much, Psycho. Yeah, for sure. Get your Doritos chips in chat. Oh my gosh. This is not, no. The description I'm looking for is for the Koopas Underground, by the way. Just so we're clear. Oh, I'm shook now. I was really not expecting that. Psycho, seriously, MVP. Why am I not good at this timing yet? I really don't like hitting them in such a vulnerable position. Yes, thank you. Finally, I had the right timing. So annoying. The Koopa Underground sounds shady. It is, but they're the best. They're like the ones that are really worried about looking cool. Also, I love that the Koopas in this game wear sunglasses in general. I think that's like such a cute little accessory, design, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I love it. It's great. Ow. Thumb is like, it needs to pop or something. Okay. I guess I have been pressing A a lot because sorry, I didn't do that right. I have been pressing A a lot because I've been going through a lot of dialogue, so. And my thumb is annoying, so, you know. Ah! Okay. There we go. Been a while since you've been able to come to stream because I've been so busy with school and I'm back in person, but my school had lost power. Oh no! Yo, this weekend was crazy. This weekend was crazy with all the, like, tornado warnings across, like, 6 states. We had heavy winds and stuff, but luckily, like, that was the worst of it, was just wind, like, being windy and cold. It was supposed to heat up, but it actually, like, cooled down. Like, it did not do what it said it was going to do. This isn't, it's Dizzy, wait, it's Dizzy Strike that's the one we were talking about earlier, right? There's a blow that makes an enemy dizzy and unable to move. Oh, it is this one. I thought it was called something else. Alright, well, let me take off Close Call. And do that, because then I can... Oh yeah, because I'm like blue now when I do it. I didn't realize you got it so early. I thought you had to buy it. I don't even know what I'm doing, apparently. Okay. I'm gonna take this power block. Huh? Okay. Oh, the poor baby, though! That's so sad! He's, like, all cute. No! Look at his eyes wiggling! That's so cute. Ah! I'm not looking. I'm not looking. That's how you do it. I got that badge and was like, Pixie just not knowing how to use it. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Pimp Zone. Queen Zone, whatever the heck it is. Whatever it's called. Cass, thank you for the Sugar Plum Berry Dance! We love it. Thank you so much.
Home Alone. Peter, we slept in. Home Alone 2. Peter, we did it again.
What a solid message. Thank you so much, Cass. I love it. I love the Home Alone references. Because I love Home Alone. Thank you so much for that. Oh my god. So, I went and saw the Nutcracker over this weekend, you guys, and I just have a lot to say, okay? And you guys are like, oh no, here she goes. Okay. I just have a lot to say. I feel so bad doing this to these guys. The show was great. I mean, it was great. Dang it, I can't do, no, I can't do anything else. But I hated the audience. I was seriously, I can't go to a show anymore without telling somebody off. Like, cause of how does one get to be that level of stupid? Like, I don't understand. And why? I'm gonna say this to everybody here because you guys heard me go on and on about how much I love the Nutcracker. It's my favorite tradition at Christmas and my favorite ballet and all this stuff. Now, for any of you that are gonna be like, hey yo, Madam said that the Nutcracker's great, so now I have to go see it. Stop. Don't move. Do not go until you look up. If you know nothing about ballet and you have no idea what the music's like, no idea how it goes, and no idea what theater etiquette is, do not just get up and go. It's not a football game. It's not a basketball game. It's not a sports event. It's an art. You sit there and you watch and you shut the F up, okay? You don't sit there and talk and drink your beer and have your nachos and spill them all over people and get up in the middle of it. You don't do that. You do not do that, or I will come after you. I will be that person in the audience that absolutely hates your guts. And you deserve it. Like, I could not tell you how many people were in this audience that were horrible. And I'm like, oh my God. Go to the basketball game, stay away from the ballet. Like, if you cannot sit still and you don't like classical music, it puts you to sleep, or it's boring, or blah, blah, blah. Why would you go see the Nutcracker? What is wrong with you? So I'm like, I'm sorry, Jaylee. She's like, why is she over there yelling? So everybody who I said, yes, it's great, go. Do not go until you know what ballet is and you know what you're signing up for. Because I will be actively hating you from over here if you do any of that stuff. I'm just saying. I had some choice words that I said to a guy to his face because he was so dumb. I literally stood up and I was like, what is wrong with you? Why are you this stupid? Go. What are you doing? And he was just like, and I'm like, you show up late, okay? The show's already started. They better thank their lucky stars that I did not have a child in that show, or I would have punched them in the face. I was like, you show up late, number one. You had your big old plate of nachos. Am I missing something? Did we go to the Nutcracker to get drunk? And a big old beer and stuff. And comes in late, knocks everybody over, sits down in the middle of the party scene. What are you doing? And then leaves. There's intermission. Intermission's 20 minutes. How do you not get your act together in 20 minutes? Okay? Get your act together. It's 20 minutes. It's not that bad. I know we're still on the screen. Anyway, he shows up late to come back. I'm like standing up, crouching down so the people can see behind me, and he's not going into the aisle. He's not walking to his seat. I'm standing up in front of people, crouching down, going, I'm sorry that this person's an idiot, and they're going, I don't know what's going on. And I'm literally waiting, and he doesn't move. And I'm like, why? So I get up. This is so stupid. I just have to do nothing. So I get up, go out into the aisle where he's like, doing his little drunk laugh or whatever. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? You are an idiot. And I may have said some other choice words as he was, and I was like, you cannot be this stupid. Go. Finally, he walks into the aisle to sit, and then he's just on his phone the whole time in the second act. It's like, you don't want to be there. Don't come. Go to a sports event where you can, like, have your nachos and get drunk and act like an idiot and have no awareness or etiquette whatsoever. Like, do not come here because I will murder you. Not really. I'm being figurative, but I seriously was livid. Livid! Why would you buy tickets to something you did not want to see? I don't care if your wife or whoever wants to go. Just be honest and be like, I don't want to do that. No. It's really not that hard. So this is stupid, but I have to do this. Like, the fact that you would pay money and then show up late and then cause a big ruckus in the audience because you're too stupid to understand how to be in a theater and just sit still for 2 hours at most? What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? So anyway, that's my rant. So do not go see the Nutcracker unless you know what you're signing up for. Please, for me. Because I will be that big ballet bee in the audience who wants to kill you. So, no. Yes! Why are people... Why? Why would you go to something and not show up on time? Especially something that you paid money to see. And I get that there are sometimes things that are beyond your control. Like, you leave extra early, but then you run into, like, 2 different car accidents on the way that you have to go around, and it's slow and whatever. And this guy wasn't alone. This is just the guy that happened to come face to face with me. Sorry. And the girl sitting next to my friend who I went with, she was also late and had to get her nachos and have her double-fisted beers or whatever. It's kind of on the company for making the mistake of selling that garbage at their event and allowing people to bring it into the audience. I was kind of like, what are you doing? You're just like encouraging poor behavior from people who are too dumb to understand how an audience works. So I don't really know what that was about, number one, but she's like, oh, she told my friend, sorry we're late. I hate when people are late. And I'm like, she's lucky I wasn't sitting there because I would have been like, I know, I hate you. I really do. So I get it, because I'm actively hating you right now. Just so you know. And then she had the audacity at the end to be like, I won't lie, I fell asleep. And it's like, why did you come to this? Why? This is when these companies need to charge more for tickets, because then you get more people. If you charge for a more expensive ticket, it kind of weeds out the people who just don't have any idea what they're getting into and have no respect for it whatsoever. You know? I'm like, I need to be one of those people that gets like a private box in the balcony where no one else goes, because I literally can't stand it. I cannot stand how people just don't have any common sense. Dumb. So that's my big rant. So you guys got to witness it today. But I was like, I just went and told all these people that they should go see the Nutcracker, and if any of them act like this, I will literally be losing my mind actively. Like, I will be losing my mind, and I'll be like, no. No, I need more than one. I love that this guy has a little crush on us, though. You're not throwing him where I can catch him, dude! Okay, I'm getting probably to the point where I need more items. And we're about to Koopa Village, so... That's what I mean. Do people not look up, like, what a ballet is? Like, look up what a ballet is like. It's all classical music. It's slow. No one talks. It's a slow, you know, hundreds-of-year-old style of dance. Look it up on YouTube before you go buy a ticket for something like that. If you really don't know what it is. I just did that wrong. Crap. It's really not that hard. You have all the resources to do this. Yeah, this is the song they use to advertise this game. Yeah, I like how they put an infinite heart thing right before an inn you can use for free. It's true. You came back to the Nutcracker rant. There's always something, but yes. Yeah, ballet must be allowed. That's what I mean. Like, what are these people thinking? And I probably will. I love how they have their little undershirts on. So cute. I probably will send, like, a review to the company and be like, hey, the show is beautiful, I loved it, like, but I think you need to have some tighter restrictions on your audience, because, you know, here I am with a group of dancers going to see this show, understanding all that goes into it and the etiquette of what it's like to be in the audience and what you do, and you're kind of encouraging a crowd that does not, clearly has no awareness of how to act, and by having food and drinks, I mean, there were people spilling, like, somebody got up in the middle of, it was right after the battle scene, it was in the middle of the Snow King and Queen's, duet, which is, like, you know, the 2 best dancers in the show. They get up in the middle of that to go get popcorn, come back in the middle of the snow scene, and then just spilled it all over the people behind us. Like, if your priority is to go get popcorn after watching literally like 30, maybe 40 minutes of the show, you should not be here. Like, and luckily those people, it was like some old, like, I don't know, middle-aged. They weren't like older, but they were like probably middle-aged. It was like a middle-aged couple, and she got up. Thank you, Psycho. She got up, then got her popcorn and came back.
Ballet warning. First 5 rows may get wet from other people's beer.
Yeah, seriously. It was like this. It was like this, Psycho. Thank you for the bits. No, but she came back, and it was 8 minutes or less? It was less than 8 minutes until intermission. Like, you couldn't wait 8 minutes to go get your popcorn and your beer and everybody and then just spill it on the people behind us? What is wrong with you? So, anyway. Oh, shoot. I don't want this. It's out of here. So anyway, then they left. Like, she and her husband just left at intermission. I heard them apologize to the people behind us. They're like, I'm so sorry about the popcorn. I'm so sorry we spilled it all over you. And then they left. They never came back. And I was like, thank you. I mean, dumb that you literally couldn't wait 5 minutes to go get popcorn, but at least you had the audacity to leave and go, you know what? I'm not enjoying this. Goodbye. Because you're making it a poor experience for everybody else. Like, come on. It was seriously, like, the worst audience I've ever seen when it comes to, like, etiquette of any show I've ever been to. But the tickets were also really inexpensive. So I think that was part of the problem. Anyway, yeah, I just don't understand. But it wasn't even that they wanted to beat the lines. It was like they left in the middle of the first act. Like, they could see in the program that there was still like another dance after that. It's just stupid. Exactly. Just go to a nice bar and be loud there instead. Loud and annoying. Make everybody stand up and get out of the way for you there. It was just beyond ridiculous. So the moral of the story is, before you go see a stage show, whether it's theater, ballet, whatever, please do your research if you really have no idea what it's like. Because, I mean, you can't help if you have no idea what it's like. That's not what it's about. But you should probably do a little bit of digging to understand if this is something you'd really truly be interested in. Because there are going to be people in the audience like me where their entire soul is, like, dedicated to it. And if you're just there to cause noise and make it all about you and not care, then you probably shouldn't. You might want to go to, like, a sporting event or a movie, or stay home and watch a movie and be as loud as you want and do whatever the heck you want. So, did I do this already? I don't even know. I've been ranting so much I don't even know what I did. This is why I never leave my house. I've scared Yo-Yo into never leaving. Into never leaving their house. Sorry, Yo-Yo. I'm really not trying to, like, scare anybody here either. I'm just, like, straight up ranting about how ridiculous and how, like, terrible that was. Because it's been a long time since I've experienced an audience that was that disrespectful. And it's just kind of something that, like, with any, if you're a musician, if you've ever played an instrument in, like, a concert, you know people aren't allowed to just get up and leave or come in and sit down in the middle of a piece. Like, that's not allowed. They keep the door closed until the piece is over, and then you can go in or exit. That's just how that is. Like, it's really not that, no, crazy. Why did I do this? Who do I have? One more guy? I never have liked this part of having to just get these dang fuzzies. The Koopa chasing the shell, I never knew how to catch that guy. You just have to go slow. This guy, you just have to stand in the right spot, and I'm not doing a good job of that. But yeah. Anyway, but the show was absolutely beautiful, and it was fun to see people like I've grown up with dancing, you know, professionally still, and to that caliber and that level. I mean, that's very difficult, and it's a life commitment, so mad respect, for sure. Come on. There we go. That is not everybody. What do I have for... I don't care. I'm trying to see what I have for items. That's not it either. Hold on. Oh. Why do I have such weird items? Okay, so I want to get rid of the fright jar and the sleepy sheep. Oh, what? Okay, so I need to store like 3 items in the shop when we get the chance. Whoa, there he is! Him and his naked self. Goomnut, yes. Ow, sorry. My ear was itching. Yeah, people just have such little self-awareness, I feel. That it's something that's been tragically lost in our society because, you know, it's like 100 years ago or more even, you know, that's what you would do. You would go to a show, so you would learn the etiquette of being there and what was appropriate and what was inappropriate or what was respectful and what was disrespectful. And I feel like that's just not common knowledge now unless you're in it or you have experience as an artist or a performing artist. Again, whether that be a musician or somebody who does musicals or you're in a choir or you're a dancer. I feel like people who don't have anything to do with the arts just have no awareness of what goes into it, so they just don't know how to act, and it's not taught because it's not like the #1 common way to go be entertained. Like, if you want to go be entertained, you can go to a movie, probably easiest out of anything, or you can get entertainment at home without going anywhere. So, you know, I think it's just one of those things that just sucks that, because, you know, you want other people to potentially be introduced to it and experience it, but not at the expense of your experience if you have a very good understanding of what the whole thing is about. So, I don't know. And, like, do you really need to go there and stuff your face with a bunch of junk? Like, I wouldn't even think any of this stuff was there. Like, when I got home, I asked Odie, I was like, can I ask you a legitimate question? I know you're not a dancer. Like, he's played an instrument, so he probably knows a little bit more about, like, that kind of show anyway, and his sister's been in theater, like, so he has a little bit of experience, but he's never, I don't think he's ever gone to a ballet. And I'm like, there's no wrong answer. I'm just asking you. When I would say, hey, let's go to the ballet, like, what would you think that entailed? Would you think that I genuinely want to know what you think that would be like what you think is there, what you think is available, the kind of atmosphere, like, you know. And he's like, I don't know, like, nice, like a nice place, and you would sit down and be quiet and not get up and be disruptive. And I'm like, okay, so anything else? Anything else at all? And he's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, you wouldn't think there'd be beer there that you could spill all over and open your can in the middle of the Sugar Plum Fairy solo, and you wouldn't think you'd get nachos and pretzels and everything else? And he's like, I wouldn't even think that would exist in a place like that. And I'm like, well, it shouldn't. And the fact that it did was like, I think it was just a little bit too open of an invitation for the wrong crowd. So there's just a point when, as, you know, and I've been in that position where I've directed a show, there's a point where it's better to take the cut on sales to have the audience you want than to sell to the audience you don't want. You know what I mean? I just can't do it. I know I'm still talking about this. I'm very passionate. But what else can be said for this? Fuzzies have taken over Koopa Village. And this part has always been a little slow for me. Like, I feel like this is a part where I always save and quit, and I'm like, oh, I'll come back to it later. Because this is, I think, the slowest part of Chapter 1. I love Cooper, and I love, you know, the mission to get him. But, oh, I really thought that was, him. Okay. Whoops. How am I this bad at this? I guess I keep watching it the wrong way. Ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum. So anyway, right, like you guys wouldn't think, oh, there's gonna be a bunch of food there. But even if there was, like, would you show up that hungry? Like, I would never show up to an event this hungry. Like, I would never show up to a stage show hungry. Like, that's something where you go to dinner first, or you might have, like, something light first because you're gonna go to dinner afterward. I would just never show up hungry. Like, that is just not something I would think to do, but, fuzzies are kind of weird. They're just here, and it never comes back or has a reason. Right, that's what I mean. This is just so misplaced, I feel. I always thought the fuzzies should be minions of the Koopa Bros attacking yeah, like, I don't really understand why this happens, because this doesn't even really seem to have anything to do with Bowser. You know what I mean? So yeah, this part always moved a little bit slow for me. So usually I get that on like the first try. Oh well. My attention was elsewhere. Is there anything else in here, or is it just fuzzies? Fuzzies. Do I even have room for items right now? I don't know that I do. I need to go store some of these items. Big Cooper! Mario, there you are! I realize I have to take a stand against these fuzzies. Alright, if I can't get my own shell, I'll lose my reputation! Well, it's too late. We already got your shell for you, honey. I really do love Cooper, though. He's such a cutie. He dat cutie! And he's all blue. He's the only one. He's a standout. He's meant to be. You know? It's perfect. Perfect. And he's got his bandana. He's kind of like a dog, you know? He's got his bandana. He's got his standout shoes and shell. Border? Oh, man. Yeah, spot the protag. Naturally, he's a Koopa, who's a professor of archaeology. He's also known as an explorer. Right? Well, I live next to him. I've been admiring Professor Colorado ever since I was in my egg! Ever since he was like Junior Troopa. Nothing would make me happier than traveling the world, solving mysteries like he does. Guess what? Your wish gets granted. Maybe. What do you think? Don't take! No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna take him. I love that you can say no, though. It's pretty fabulous, but I always feel too bad to say no. I've said no at least once, and that was enough. I was like, okay, this is too, like, heart-wrenching. I can't do this. So cute! While in battle, he can attack an enemy. I kind of wish this artwork was, like, of him, though, not just his shell and his attack. I get it. But I love these little, like, pastel drawings. They're so cute. They kind of look like chalk drawings, too. Alright. No, I don't want to battle you! I didn't want to. What's so wrong with not wanting to? Okay. Oh, no! I forgot that I don't know why I forgot that I had more FP. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. Alright, you get out of here. I never have the right timing on this attack, so I just kind of mash and hope for the best. And it didn't work, so never mind. No, stop it. I'm gonna do this again. I almost did it too early. But yeah. Cool. Meork, O'Rourke, blah, blah. Great. Okay, now we can move on. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, it's this! I forgot, like, I could use the stick. Okay, cool. Now I know how to do the C button stuff. It's just the right joystick. For some reason, my hand didn't naturally figure this out, like, earlier. Okay. Da 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 da. Okay, cool. Give me the star. Chuck Quizmo, let's go! Let's go! Quiz! Okay, Chuck Quizmo's the name, and quizzes are my game. You want quizzes? I got 'em. Alright, let's go. We're gonna get the ultimate question. What is our first question gonna be? Look, Luigi's in the audience! What the heck? I can't believe he's in the audience. Okay. What is the name of Goombario's younger sister? Goombette? Goomba. I wish it was Goombalina. That's really cute. I wish it was, but it's not. How could it? Okay, and then he has this weird worm pop out of his... Or, I always thought it looked like a Spaghetti-O. Not to say... Okay, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna scar somebody if I say that. Wait, we gotta go to my favorite character in the village. His house. Let's go, Koopa Coot. Oh, welcome, young fella. Yes, I will do you a favor. Okay, what you want? Yeah, he doesn't usually ask for favors, except he asks for like 25 favors. Is it 25? Or are there more than that? I can't remember. Somebody knows. I always thought it was his brain! That's pretty fabulous. Wait, what? Why is your mom Little Red Riding Hood? Cute. Oh wait, this isn't your mom. This is... what's-his-face's wife. It's 20. Okay. For some reason I thought it was 25. That's kind of surprising to me. I thought, oh wait, maybe it's... Look at how cute! Koopa Legends! And it's like a purple turtle. So it's one of those underground Koopas! How cute this is. I love these little rooms. Now, if this were a game that were, like, new today, I could see, like, the Nintendo... My Nintendo Rewards having, like, the print and fold your own Koopa house, or print and fold your own, like, Paper Mario stuff. Like, I could see that being a thing. But yeah, he's the best. Alright, give us the Koopa Legends. You love that an audience just appears out of nowhere with Luigi and a random Yoshi. Koopa Koot's my favorite person in this village. He's such a, like, pervy old man. Not to say I really like pervy old men, but he's like funny though. It's fiction, you know? Also the Shock Ninja, how's it going? How very kind of you. Sleepy Sheep. Oh, sweet. Well, I have like 25 Sleepy Sheep. Oh, never mind. I only have 2. I have more than 1 Sleepy Sheep on me at this exact moment. Alright, what else do you need? Yeah. Let's go! Playroom! Alright, cool. Well, now we can just directly do that after we're done with Chapter 1, so that's kind of fun. But Mario Simpson, I saw you got a gift sub, but I don't know if I ever actually said, like, hello to you, but welcome to the stream. I know you've been here for a minute. I just didn't, I feel like I was in the middle of my rant, so I did not give you a proper greeting. I'm gonna go check some of these items, take a nap, and then we'll be on our way. And it does look like we're probably gonna save right outside of Koopa Bros Fortress and then start there tomorrow, because that's like a really good stopping and starting point. Okay, I'm going to check. What do I need here? 3 FP, 3 FP. I mean, how many items do I have? 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have 2 HP items, 2 FP items. I have 3 FP items. Okay. So I'll check one of those. I'll have 2 of each, so one a little bit more powerful than the other. I do want the PAL block. I don't need this. And I think everything else should be good. Yeah. How much is the Volt Shroom here? 15? Okay, good. Alright, cool. Volt Shroom. I love the Volt Shroom because it's so cute. My favorite color. And it's got the power. Mario Simpson! What a crossover! Yeah, you came in during the middle of my rant. Well, thanks for sticking around, regardless of the rant. Okay. I should have waited to save until after I healed. Not that I really need to do this, but you know me, I'm obsessive over saving. It makes me nervous if I don't save. And I think this is 1, 2... No. Okay, that's not it. Is it the other way? Left, right, back? Yeah, there we go. It's like, I've gotten this wrong twice now, so... am I close to leveling up? Yes, I'm not far. So we'll level up badge points next time. It's off of here. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Okay, yeah, we'll level up badge points next time. I have my dizzy spin. Ah! I fell for the trap. I walked right into the trap. Like, why did I do this? Alright, Koopa. Do your stuff. I want a spiky hat. I know I probably already said that, but I do. Just sounds like a fun time! Okay. I also like how the striped little, like, sugarcane dudes are in the background of this area. Oh.
Jilly, are you just so cozy? Awesome.
There's that lightning bolt. Which I want. Ah! Okay, great. Thunder Rage, right? Thunder Rage? Is that the one? Poor dizzy guy! Alright, get these people out of here. We're gonna level up soon enough. I don't know why I'm being stingy on this. I'm always a lot stingier on FP points than I really need to be. I'm like, oh my god, I need to save it for this other area. It's like, I've played this game before. I do not need to worry about that. Like, I know what's coming up. Why am I freaking out this much? Look at this Christmas bridge! Let's go! Does this work on the flying enemies? If I can... No, it does work. Oh, sweet. Oh my god, he looks so cute in the air like that! Oh, the poor dizzy guy. He's so cute. So cute. No, I pressed A. Why do you hate me? Okay. Knocking him off the wings. I know, I love the dizzy animation. It's just so cute. It's tragic, but it's cute. I hate how they struggle, though. I'm too easily saddened by the emotional connectivity to these enemies. I can't help it. They're just too sweet. Yay! Okay. And I believe there's... Yep. I was like, I think there's something in the middle here. I couldn't remember these items, or else I probably would have stored more, but... You know... Why would I, when I could just not remember anything? Can I just have you do the same thing as before? Perfect. Because we're, like, getting right outside the castle here. Yay. Okay. How many times have I played this game in total? I was saying at the beginning of the stream that I have played this game since the game came out, like, a little over... Why did I do that? A little over 20 years ago now. I have played... Okay, well, this is kind of stupid, but whatever. I played this game once a year, roughly, give or take, every year. Some years I've played it more than once. Other years I've played it more like every 18 months or so. So I've played this game roughly 20 times prior to this. So, which is crazy to think about, but this could be my 20th playthrough or my 21st, something like that, but that's where I am probably with number of times I've played this game. And you know, I try to play it like slightly differently or with different things every time. It has a lot of really great replayability in that way. I do have a lot of things that I go back to and do the same way as well, but it's just such a good game. I love it. Here it is. This music, though. So ominous. I like it, though. I like this ominous style.
Do you like it, Chili?
She's like, I don't really understand. And this is where we're gonna wrap up. So you guys, it's been super fun playing this game, or starting this game again. I know the beginning has a lot of tutorial stuff, a lot of story establishment, a lot of like little battles. It should be a lot smoother sailing from here on out. So it's gonna start going a little bit quicker in these upcoming streams. So I will be playing this again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, same time as today. And the plan is to play this every single stream this week. This is my Paper Mario week. So I'm gonna be playing tomorrow at 1 p.m. and Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m. tentatively. Now that is, I'm not gonna guarantee that there's a lot of family stuff going on for the holidays as Christmas. This is the last weekend before Christmas, so if something happens, you know, I'll let you guys know. But the plan, as of right now, is to stream this weekend and have everything work out and be fine. So, I'm thinking by the end of the week we should be roughly to the end of Chapter 4, maybe? I don't know exactly how long we're going to take, but that's kind of where my mind is as far as timing. So I'm very excited to be playing this game on the Switch and for you guys again. And it's been such a fun stream. Huge shout out to Psycho Nacho Man for those 11 gift subs. You are an MVP. Thank you so much for being so generous, especially during the holiday season. It's very much appreciated. And we're gonna see, I think, everybody else on the credits. So I'll go ahead and pull those up while I'm still on this page. So. And yay, I don't have to rush out because there's a tornado watch or whatever this time. Like last stream, I was just like, okay, bye, because like the wind was going crazy and we were under a tornado watch and it was stupid. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being active in the chat and participating in today's stream. Thank you especially to Psycho Nacho Man, Scott Man, and Casanova for the bits. To Odie and Pixie for being here as moderators. To all my new followers, thank you so much for your support. And the subs and resubs, Schliam, Barely, Yo-Yo, Russ, Little Miss Bagel, Slayer, Lord Cooler, Blake, Cherry, Mario Simpson, C. Diddy, Deep Blooper C, John Q, and Kirby Cart. Thank you again for those gift subs, Psycho Nacho Man, and thank you guys for all the hosts as well. Really appreciated. And other than that, I also want to give a shout out to my Patreon family for the month of December 2021. This is the final credits scene of the year, so all of these folks on here have pledged at least $5 to my Patreon. You can learn more about that by visiting !Patreon. The link is up in the chat now, or it's always in my video description. It's on my link tree as well. But shout out to Alright Angelia, Arcadia Free, Cole the Camel, Captain Hastings, Jack the Nipper, Mario Gamerbull, Odinsphack, Panda Plays, Scottman895, Shy Guy for Days, Psycho Nacho Man, Water Pixels, and Yo-Yo Yoshi. Thank you guys so much for your extra support. It really means a lot to me. And makes a big difference for me too. So thank you so much. Nintendo! And then also, this is kind of my last call for Etsy orders in time for Christmas. Again, there's no guarantee because once the post office has it, I don't really have any control over it anymore. Whoa, Prince Hedgehog with that last second sub. Thank you so much. Bringing us up to 3 times the goal for the day. Thank you so much. I give you all the boss. Thank you so much. But yeah, you can visit my Etsy store, and if you're interested in shopping handmade or shopping small this holiday season, or even if you just want to get yourself something fun, I do have some Paper Mario merch in there, as you're seeing here. This is an Eld Star hair clip, much like the ones I'm wearing currently. So yeah, but I think there might be one plush still available, maybe one Lady Bow plush available in there still. But yeah, so thank you for checking that out. Again, all my links are in my link tree, so you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram. I have a Discord server, have my Etsy store, and I also back up all my streams to YouTube. So check that out if you are interested or miss any part of a stream, or I've talked about a stream and you want to go back and watch it. That's always available to you that way. Let me see if I can get this to not be so... there we go. Is it not as washed out now? I can't tell, but anyway, those are the clips. So, but that being said, I don't know if anybody is live that we could give a quick raid. Psycho!
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Merry Christmas.
Oh my God.
Ho, ho, ho.
Psycho! Thank you so much! Can we get all the Doritos chips for Psycho really quickly before we go here? Because 2,000 bits on top of all those gift subs and everything. Thank you so much. Seriously. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. No! Oh, thank you so much. It's coming up. It's so soon. Like that, the traditional marathon is so soon. I can't believe it. Thank you, seriously, Psycho, for all your support. Really, above and beyond. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. And looks like this is actually pretty appropriate. Mega Freak 400 is live. We'll go ahead and give him a raid. He's playing The Last Campfire, which I am unfamiliar with. He plays a lot of indie games though, so unless this is like something that I should be aware of. But he does play a lot of indie games, but he actually has the first Paper Mario LP I ever watched on YouTube. So his was the first one I ever watched, and he did a fabulous job with it, and I had a lot of fun watching that. So we'll go ahead and give him a raid, because I know he loves this game as well. So let's do hashtag Paper Mario Hype. We can do Ballet Rant. And what else? What else do we have from this? Do we have any other hashtags from the day? Let's just do Doritos chip for Psycho. I don't know if that'll... Will it still... Oh, it does. It works with a hashtag in front of it. There. Oh, yeah, Trounce is another good one. Hold on, we gotta add Trounce in there. Because that's Bowser's big goal, is to trounce Mario specifically. Alright, let's go ahead and get this raid going for Mega Freak 400. Thank you guys so much again for sticking around. I will be live again tomorrow at 1 p.m. There's Jilly. Say bye, Jilly. Give him a squint. Good job. Awesome. Alright, well, love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for everything today. Bye, everybody. Take care.